and we're experimenting with AI features.
What?
Chat with them.
I'm sorry. What? We're gonna chat with our. We're gonna have a
One
girlfriend
important note
maid.
here,
It's
we're
over.
intentionally avoiding any
It's
gameplay
over.
advantages with the
What?
main maid. We
That
don't
was
want it to
not on
become a
the bingo
must-have
card.
or affect balance. This is purely meant to be a fun, customizable feature for you to enjoy your own
I'm
personal
gonna get a
companion.
girlfriend. It's just
You'll
in
always have
video.
See what chat's saying.
All right, it's happening. It's here. The ball is here. Let's do it. It's low. I'll jack it up as much as I can, guys, but it's... There we go. All right, Edania. Ulakita, I saw Edania at the start.
세렌디아의 찬란한 영광을 위하여.
Please be good. I need you to be good. Make our game great again, Jay. Everybody get your Jay Heat Kim emotes ready if he's here.
GMG_NC just gifted 5 subs.
Oh my god! Please be good. I just this one time, Jay. Thanks to the 5 gifters, guys. No ads for you. Who is it? Is it Jay or is it YJ? It's nobody. We're They've completely abandoned us. They're developing Crimson Desert. It's cooked.
Hello everyone and welcome to Heidel Ball 2025. My name is CM Endlave. I'm one of your hosts, and joining me today is CM Kazaka and CM Knox.
Hello,
Where
I'm
the
CM
fuck-
Kazaka, and I'm super excited to be
Where's
here. Let's
Ronan?
have some fun today.
Yeah.
Hello,
Where's that
adventurers. I'm Sam
pussy?
Knox, and we're excited, I think, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have
It
these.
is time.
They're
It
right
is an
there.
absolute pleasure to be here with you all, chat. I hope you're all very excited.
there.
We've got a
Bottail
lot of
underscore just
exciting stuff
resubscribed for 4
on
months.
the way today. I am
muting
very, very
notifications, guys.
excited. Obviously, we know what's going to go on.
Thanks
And
for all the
how it's
subs
going
and
to
gifted
work today,
subs,
if
guys.
it's
I
your
appreciate you
first
so much.
time
I'll thank
at a
everybody
Heidel
after.
Ball or a Calcium Ball. Essentially, we have our jobs is going to pretty much go over the updates that are being said in Korean, and we will be basically telling you what it is in English as best and clearly as possible.
I wonder
So
which one of
we
them
do
is going
hope
to be
that we
translating.
Hopefully.
We'll do our best, and yeah, just sit back, relax, and
anyone's
type
guess.
Poggy Woggies and chat whenever you guys are happy with an update. But yeah, we're really excited, guys. So it's going to be awesome. Absolutely.
Choice
in today's
said
stream, we'll be
Poggy
kind of
Woggies.
splitting the roles of each of the MCs.
Not
Yeah.
me. Nope.
We'll try our best, of course, to make sure we're translating as live seamlessly as possible, but we hope you understand that it is a live broadcast, and there's always a chance for
yes.
misunderstanding. So
The odd
I
bit of
think
ad lib.
we're bringing our guests on stage, so let's
Yeah.
transition back.
Okay.
I have that castle, by the way.
Let's take a look.
And on stage, we're welcoming
See?
our heads, Chesuk and Won-Soo.
Oh, it's YJ! Oh, we love YJ!
Hello, I'm
Thank
Jessup
God
Chang,
it's
head of
YJ.
Black Desert Live Service.
Thank God! It's not Jay Kim! We're good, guys!
Ad-libbing.
Oh, thank God.
And I'm Wansu Yang, head of Black
Wait, which
Desert
one
Game
is
Design.
YJ? Wait, what?
It's been
I don't want to be this guy, but they all look the same. I don't
been.
I don't
We're
wanna-
doing well.
I don't want to be this guy.
Me too. I've
Literally
been
every
working
single
hard
one of
getting
this,
ready
that's
for
the same
today.
person 3 times.
Oh, there's some little bit of ad-libbing here where they're
Yeah,
joking like,
this
oh, you're looking
is the
good.
part.
We're
Sometimes
off
we
the
might go
script.
ahead
Yes.
a line or two, chat.
Yeah.
But
I don't-
yeah,
Coming from the future.
that's because of the ad
Who
lib.
am I looking
something
at here?
special about this Heidel Ball is not
I think
actually
this is
occurring in
YJ,
the capital
guys. I think
region,
that's
but
Wansu.
on THEJOURNEYBEGINS, actually.
This looks like the hype guy. That looks like a
Up
developer.
until
He looks
now,
like
the
he
ball
hates
has
himself.
always been held in the capital region, and honestly, seeing adventurers travel long distances
He looks
just
like
to
he's been through
attend
trauma.
always left me feeling a bit sorry. So we've been wanting to hold a ball
Developer.
in a different region for a long time, and today we finally made it happen, right here in Daejeon, the heart of Korea. It feels really special, and more than anything, I want to sincerely thank all of you who came out in person today. We've got a lot of exciting
there
summer
empty
updates to
seats in the
share with
audience?
you. So whether you're here with us on
Did you
site
guys-
or tuning in online, I hope you
Wait,
enjoy the show and have a great day.
Is it empty? Make the cam
And we
smaller.
just had
Oh,
a
good
video
call.
of Edania, and we're officially unveiling it today.
Oh.
So
You guys want me
That's
to go up
right,
here?
we're officially unveiling it today.
Edania, at last, I think. I think a lot of our adventurers have been waiting.
Yeah, I
And,
can do that. That good?
Yeah, that's right. We know many of you have been waiting, so we've been working very hard to bring it to life. We hope today's announcements will be
Do
exciting.
you guys want to be
for
able to see
everyone.
Enclave?
I think we could all say that we're all hyped. But I think today's video had scenes from the old
I
main
can move you
quest,
like this.
and it did bring back memories, but were there any deeper meaning to that?
Well, I wouldn't say it's anything too symbolic,
fuck
but
that. Nobody
Edania
gives a
is
shit.
actually the final chapter in Black Desert's Act 1, so we just wanted to take a moment to look back on the journey so far.
Base Ronan.
When in this video it starts in Edania, then time seems to rewind all the way back to the ancient stone chamber. What's the meaning behind that?
That was intentional. It's a symbolic way to set the tone for today's updates.
What the fuck
new
is Act
region,
1?
Edania, is meant to be a new pinnacle, a destination to strive for. In the past, we've designed new regions to be as accessible as possible, so that more adventurers could enjoy them. But this time, it's different. Even veteran players will find Edania challenging right from the start. You'll need real growth, real preparation to go deeper. It's not just another expansion, it's a true end game region. We want it
790
to
gear
feel
score.
like a place you look at and think, one day I want
I
to
see.
go there. And I'm going to conquer that place and make it
Come
mine.
to think of it, previous regions like Morning Light were quite beginner-friendly too, so why'd start today's update story back at the ancient stone chamber?
Guys, they were losing too many players to PoE. Now it's Act 1, Act
The
2,
ancient
Act
stone
3.
chamber is the symbolic starting point of every adventurer's journey. So today's update follows the same path, starting as a rookie, getting used to the game, growing step by step, and eventually reaching Edania. We'll be presenting updates for every stage of the journey, with something meaningful for everyone, for newcomers to veterans.
Ah, I see it now. So today's theme is all about the road to Edania, a journey step by step. I think I like that. But I have to ask, is there no new class announcement today?
자, 그런데요. 우리 여기 앞에 계신 모험가님들 생방송으로 보고 계신 모험가님들도 다들 아시겠지만 에다니아 말고 하나 더 있죠.
God damn it, spit it out!
The
There's
ad-lib.
been rumors flying around, I think everyone's seen it.
에 대한 이야기가
And
사실은 이게
people seemed almost sure it was going to be Wukong.
The ad-lib is
Oh yes, we do have a new character. Last winter, I made my debut
Wait, what do you
alongside
mean
Deadeye
we-
as a new class myself, if you remember. And today, we've prepared another new class,
did they
but
just
we'll be
bait us?
saving that for the very end of today's reveal.
생각해보니까
Did they just bait the shit out of us? Are they master baiters?
It's,
It's been 6 months, so I guess I'm an old class now.
원수님께서 오늘 또
all right, now I guess we'll hand the stage over to you.
It's not Wukong? People are
And
gonna be
then
pissed.
they'll be sharing all the
People are gonna be
updates.
fucking pissed if it's not Wukong. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
시작해보도록 하겠습니다.
People are gonna be
Shall we
fucking
begin?
pissed if it's not fucking
Let's
Wukong.
begin, chat. Let's get ready. Let's prepare. At
That
the
one
beginning.
chatter though is gonna be super happy that didn't want Wukong. He's gonna be okay. Here we
As
go.
Jessuk mentioned earlier, today's Heidel Ball is all about the adventurer's journey in Black Desert,
오늘의 연애는
from the ancient stone chamber all the way to Edania.
과정을 어떻게 진행할 것인가 이 순차적인 스토리를 담았다고 합니다. 고대인의 석실에서부터 에다니아까지
There are 4 main chapters covered, each with its own theme.
구성이 되어 있는데요.
So let's jump into chapter 1.
테마가 있습니다. 자 그러면 첫 번째 챕터부터 만나보시죠.
Okay, the journey begins.
Honestly, I'm just gonna have you guys block some of their webcams so that you don't block any of the content, guys.
I'd like to begin today's reveal under the theme, The Journey Begins. We chose the theme because we wanted to share the excitement of starting a new game.
What is this
Helping new
bullshit?
adventurers starting in the game filled with this anticipation get accustomed to the world is something we consider very important.
Everybody just start spamming R in the
We've been
chat.
offering various benefits and tracking how effective they are. But we noticed an interesting pattern this year. While those who adapted quickly grew at an impressive pace,
Sorry.
there were still
shut
many
up.
who struggled to get
My
familiar
bad.
with the game. A clear divide in player experience. So, going forward, we want to re-examine the entire early game journey and focus on improving areas that are
My bad.
lacking or confusing.
Okay.
Chat, stop spamming now. Come on, this is important stuff. So first,
Sorry,
let's talk
Allan!
about UI improvements. One of the most common feedback from new adventurers is that there's too much information on the screen. In particular, notifications about enhancements or items constantly pop up at the top of the screen and overwhelm the players.
True.
And the world map displays so many icons and functions at once, making it difficult for new adventurers to navigate the map.
Oh my god, are they changing
through
this?
sea of info, let alone figure out how to use them.
Good change. It's not gonna look like porn when you open it with no ad blockers now.
So, the first improvement is the upper screen notifications. We're separating usual notifications from unnecessary ones, ensuring that the new adventurers aren't overwhelmed and
Good.
only see what they truly need. For
Excellent.
example, things that are not needed in the early parts of the
Very
game,
good.
such as other adventurers' item enhancement and rare drops, will be displayed by default.
Good. Wait.
While info
Wait.
required for progress such as Black Spirit notifications will be enabled by default.
Good. W
We
change.
also know that the veteran adventurers must have found the top notifications inconvenient at times. For example, after a long cooking session, all the cooking complete messages would flood the screen at once. Or when multiple world bosses appeared simultaneously, the notifications could get mixed up and confusing. We will address these issues as well as through this update. The top notifications will be synchronized with your most recent actions to prevent the notifications from piling up and display instantly. And their effect has also been shortened and cleaned up to reduce visual clutter. Additionally, several issues related to notifications were fixed. On top of this, in response to popular demand, you'll be able to enable and disable guild members' enhancement notifications on your screen and chat.
This is good. These are good things. Okay, now move on to the good shit. All right, moving on. Keep it good. We're wasting time. I have
Okay,
2 hours
nice.
to fix this game.
We're starting off with a QoL.
Next, I would like to introduce the improvements to the world map UI. We
Okay.
think even veteran adventurers will really appreciate this one.
All right,
You'll
sounds
be
good.
able to see where your all family characters are directly on the world map at a glance. Before, if you wanted to check where your alts were, you had to open the endgame menu or go to the character selection screen. Some players even replace their portraits with world boss images to see where they are parked.
Okay.
Now you can simply click Manage Family Character icon at the top right of the
Okay.
world map to check their locations
W.
anytime.
Yep. That's a win.
Oh.
I already know where all my
That's pretty
alts are because I'm a
impressive.
loser and I never played to play anything other than video though. But yeah, it's a W.
Let's
Good idea.
take a look at the video.
영상 한번 보시겠습니다.
Oh, good. Let's waste another 3 minutes in a video. I could just moved on. Good.
There's a new button. Oh, it shows kind of all your
okay.
characters in a
Oh,
list.
wow. Mini character.
Oh, that's
Wow. Mini character. Sorry, guys. He wasn't
Oh, that's
streaming,
nice.
so
Oh,
I'm
you
trying
can
to
see
fill
where
in.
they are.
That's cool. We like that.
So
That's
it seems
cool.
they're displayed by region.
It is good. It's actually really good. It's a W change.
That's nice
So
quality of life.
information.
Huge
And
W.
when you zoom out, you see them.
So like each region has like a number that
And
shows
you can
how
see
many
your
characters
closest
are.
character to a point.
As we saw in the video, all your family characters' locations are displayed by region and can also be clearly seen on the world map. They will be grouped together
We
as
also
you
see
zoom
the
in
dev
and
only
out.
has 7 characters. 'Cause he doesn't play his game,
And
but that's
selecting a
fine.
character from the list on the right instantly moves the camera to their location. If the characters are grouped together, they will be highlighted with an effect.
그리고 만약 그룹으로 묶여 있는 경우에는 그 이펙트로 강조되면서 표시가 또 됩니다. 그래서 기존에
All the features that could be found in the escape endgame menu will be available here too. Even the character's energy stacks and mounts can be viewed from the character list on the right. Their inventory can also be seen by selecting them from the list, and this is the most important feature. Through this feature, you no longer need to change to another character in your family to move them to a desired location.
Wait.
Rather than explaining in detail,
Whoa.
let's go ahead and
Wait.
watch a video.
Yeah, show me the video. Yeah, I understood what you said, but other people
Okay.
didn't. So you should explain it
There's
so
a
that
lot of
they
nice
know, and then
quality
we'll
of
all
life
know.
stuff at the moment, chat.
Yeah. Seems decent.
Okay.
Oh. So each character has a sub menu where you
Oh,
can
thank God it's in
choose to
Korean
move
so we can
them,
all
or you
understand
choose
it.
to
Oh,
switch
yeah,
to them.
that's nice. Ooh, there, and it's by nodes as well.
But yeah, you can move them through nodes now too.
Yeah, so it's not just where, you know, it's not just the main city now.
Oh,
You can
so you
actually
can
move
literally
them to
click
a
the
node.
character and then just move them to a node. That's pretty good. That's actually really
That's
good.
nice.
That's a W
That's
change.
nice.
Oh, it's all
Now
nice
let's
having
move on and
everything
talk
in one
about
UI now.
PvP.
That's the
W change. Okay, we're farming 2 dubs so far. We're 2-0.
Next,
Moving on.
as you can see, previously the character could only be moved between towns. This feature now allows characters to be moved to nodes as well, meaning you can place your characters where world or field bosses spawn, and for many other convenient purposes.
Awesome.
Please note that
Great.
the travel time remains the same as before, and moving between towns is free, but moving to nodes will cost a small amount of silver.
No one gives a shit. It's like 1,000 silver, Wansu. Who cares? What are you, broke?
That's nice. I like that.
Next, I would like to talk about streamlining the world map UI. As we were developing the grouping feature on zoom-ins and outs for the management of family characters, we took this opportunity to clean up one of the most confusing aspects of the world map, the knowledge icons. Honestly, I was doing the knowledge runs myself. Those icons were often hard to spot. I would constantly zoom in, tilt the map around. We'll improve that so you can see how much knowledge you are still missing in an area, which should make things a lot easier.
Okay, who asked?
That's nice.
No one? Okay, whatever. Fuck it. Sure, that's
The
great.
roadmap is an essential UI for adventuring and offers
good.
many
I mean, it's
features,
good.
but we have heard
Okay.
from many new adventures that is still too complicated.
It is
With that in
W.
mind, we have made some major
W,
changes.
it's sure. Okay, it's the
First, we
W.
have separated the main menu from the sub-menu. The filter at the top focuses on most frequent used options, making it much more intuitive to turn it on and off. We have also enhanced node list and search functions, so you can find the information you need more easily.
W, hurry up.
Also, the secondary menus in the bottom right have been removed to the top left, streamlining the overall visual flow. With the knowledge icons better organized, we'll keep refining the map to make it more user-friendly and polished overall.
I like this kind of unification or integration of everything so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, glaze
It's
him.
really good.
Oh, yeah, you're
Okay.
definitely not an employee. He's not paying
Next,
you.
I'd like to introduce a new integrated event page. Previously, you'd have to check the website to see what was going on, then open the quests window to accept the event quest. Sometimes, open the world map to find the location, and get dice from the bottom right menu. The process wasn't as user-friendly, making it hard to keep track of the events, big or small. So, as you can see on the screen now, you'll be able to view all event information in-game. You can view a full list
ruining
of
my
ongoing
patch note
events
rundown!
at a glance. Use the button to get directions to the event location or accept the starting quest directly. It was also difficult to see how much
inconsiderate.
time was left for each event. But now, events are about to end will be marked with an icon, helping you prioritize which event to do before they expire.
Publish it on your
That's
YouTube.
actually really nice.
Fuck you, Allan.
Up next, we're going over the buff UI.
Next is something we
actually
briefly
a good change.
introduced in
You'll
our
be able to
last.
see your buff from the Mine Information page. From Combat XP to Life XP, a total of 33 different buffs will be displayed, so you can view everything at a glance without having to search for every buff individually.
Yeah?
Fucking
And when you
what?
select a specific buff,
Yeah.
you'll
How
get
is
detailed
this
information
simpler?
on where the buff is coming from. For example, if you choose Mounted EXP, you'll see exactly how it's being applied from your character's base effects and pets to advanced, training levels, and mastery.
How did
It will
you make
also
this more
display how much buff
complicated?
is calculated, so you can clearly understand how each one is working. Oh.
It's a
pretty
win
nice.
for
That's really
Super
nice.
Sweats, guys. It's a Super
It
Sweat
might
win.
seem a bit complex at first, but given how vast Black Desert's content is, we believe that having
It's-
accurate, detailed info is
It's
essential.
fine. I just
The new buff UI is built to make sure you're not missing anything, and will
Here's
continue
another 5
improving
minutes of
systems
my
like
fucking
this
time.
in future updates too.
2 hours, by the way.
Okay,
Alright.
that's really
That
nice.
was a W change, but I'll be honest with you, no new player's gonna
That's the
use that.
enhancement UI improvements. There are two major changes.
That's for veteran
First,
players.
a dedicated enhancement material storage, and second,
Whoa.
a clearer and more
Wait.
intuitive update to enhancement terms and functions.
Whoa.
Currently, materials like Advice of Valks and Valk's Cry are scattered across characters and also take up
Yeah.
space in your Pearl inventory.
Yeah?
With the update, there'll be a new enhancement inventory. Items such as Cron stones, Advice of Valks, Valk's Cry, Fairy's Blessing, and Hammers will automatically be stored in this inventory. This inventory can be accessed by your entire family, and the items can be used directly from it without needing
I
to
make a
manually
W.
move them. It will be especially
Big.
helpful for managing all the different types
Holy
of Advice
fuck.
of Valks with this inventory.
God bless
However,
him.
materials like Blackstone
really good.
or Origin of Dark Hunger, which can be registered on the central market or have other specific uses, will still be managed on an individual character
Fine.
basis
That's a
as before.
huge W.
That is a
Good.
huge.
That's a huge
Big.
W.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really, really
I
nice.
have a lot of walls
And one of the
waiting.
most confusing aspects of the previous enhancement system was the stacks. Originally, stacks were meant to be a kind of compensation for failure, but became an essential part of the enhancement
5W, 0L.
process. So, we've unified the terminology to enhancement chants and streamlined related features such as Valk's Cry and Devour, so they can all be used intuitively within this system. That's really nice. And as you can see from the UI, when you choose to increase enhancement chance, you'll be able to use Valk's Cry and even Devour. As this is more convenient than the current Devour system, we expect
this
it
is
to be
way
a big
different.
improvement for the veteran adventurers.
Wow.
And we expect the new adventurers to naturally understand it as a function to increase the enhancement chance.
That's looking really clean.
Yeah, it is
See my
really
inventory.
cool.
I like the old enhancement window, though.
It shows you like recommended.
I kind of like the old enhancement window.
Next, the
That one
term
doesn't look as
use
dopamine heavy.
Cronstone didn't clearly communicate that this feature protects your gear during enhancement. Now, it will be replaced with a much clearer term, level protection. It will also be improved so that you'll select the materials yourself when using this feature. So, this change should help prevent those accidental moments,
No, I don't-
like forgetting to use the
No, I don't
Cronstone.
read.
Overall, this redesigned enhancement UI is aimed at reducing confusion and making the
stressing me
system
out.
more intuitive for new adventurers. We'll also continue to make improvements in a way that this is more convenient for our veteran adventurers to use. Nice.
No
Nice.
more
I mean,
forgetting
that's
Cronstone.
good.
Yeah,
I guess.
that is
I don't know how I
Next,
feel about the
while
UI,
this
but
isn't
fuck it.
related to UI,
Take that dub.
we also prepared some benefits to help our new adventurers.
Oh boy, new players.
First, Tuala accessories, which are seasonal items, will no longer fail enhancements at Try and Below. The season server is designed as a mini version of Black Desert World for new adventurers to experience.
Just hand it
But
to him.
since it is also important for them to know that, accessories can be destroyed when enhancing, so destruction will still occur. But for only enhancements at Try and Above, to make it less stressful when trying to gear up with Tuala accessories.
That's a W change for Tuvala.
And
Tuvala
from now
accessories
on,
are a
we
pain in the ass.
plan to provide new adventures with a settlement support fund about 10 billion silver. We've been analyzing data from last winter through this year and found that new adventures typically graduate from season server in as little as 3 days, with the average of being around 9 days. We think this is a reasonable
9
time frame, but
days?
most players graduate with about 400 million up to 1 billion silver on hand.
약 4억에서 많으면 10억.
I think that'd be really nice for people getting started.
While we do offer various benefits, once you move to main server, you'll need to gear up and start enjoying all kinds of content, which requires some starting funds.
I'm so
We
sorry.
considered providing items, but honestly, nothing beats silver.
You're just gonna give
We
him
believe
10
giving
bill?
silver instead would offer more flexibility and choice.
Guys, I'm
For
in the
this
mood to
reason,
do
we'll be
seasonal.
providing all new adventures who
about
graduate
you
with a
guys.
10 billion silver support fund. We hope this will aid you in shopping on the main server or use it in any ways that help you grow.
really nice.
However, to prevent any potential exploits, the full amount won't be given all at once. Some will be provided through main quests and some through content. So please
No
keep this in mind
questing.
as you get started.
That's like a good way to
Yeah.
like, you know, start off, get those necessary items from the central market.
Never mind, I'll just
And you
grind.
start
Fuck
getting
it.
like little
I don't care.
like
I don't
goals
care
as
enough.
well with all that kind of silver along the
I
way.
don't fucking care.
Look at the silver.
Silver.
But you think about
That's
it.
Next,
really
I'd like
good
to
for new
talk about
players,
another
though.
feature that many of you have requested. Now, even if you used up all your party Black Shrine attempts in Hwanghae, you'll still be able to help other adventurers. Previously, you could only retry bosses and difficulties you had already cleared, but now you'll be able to challenge any boss or difficulty as many times as you'd like. There have been adventurers who have expressed frustrations over wanting to help a new guild member but couldn't because they had already used up their attempts. So
Okay.
we hope this update will be meaningful for those who want to help others.
No time-gated content,
Please note,
W.
however,
W.
if you don't have any remaining attempts, you won't be able to receive rewards.
Good.
We
that's
previously
fine.
updated Attraction to allow adventurers to skip straight to the boss fight, but we are aware this also made it harder for some adventurers who used to help others progress through Attraction. We plan to address this by changing the way daggers are obtained.
What did he-
Daggers will
what?
drop from the bosses
Oh,
instead of
daggers.
being
I thought he
awarded
said
as
something
quest
else.
reward. This change is scheduled to go live with the update on July 10. That concludes our updates for
Straight up.
new and rookie adventurers.
Okay.
Thought it was my last
So
stream
that
there for a
is,
second.
I believe like one of the chapters being close.
Oh, and we're going to be going over the kind of a roadmap for the updates, actually.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
there
that
you
we just
go.
talked about.
Nice.
Thanks to Prime Subs,
Okay,
guys.
so you can see like when these
So you can
things
see
are
for us,
Oh,
from
thank God, it's all
July
in
10th,
Korean.
we'll get the Actoroxion boss change. July 17th for us, we'll get the world map UI changes, the Black Shrine retries.
Who's us?
July 30th, the enhancement UI changes.
And well, one more thing
we'll
before
get-
we move on to the next chapter. Recently, we held a mentor and
August?
mentee
Not
event.
yet, not yet. We're still going over the world map. You're
Oh,
spoiling
okay.
us. Or-
Yeah,
so
shut up,
in
Online.
August, you can see
Stupid ass. Stay on script.
Okay.
We need to make it look like we're
Yes.
translating.
Yes. So, as I said, we had mentor adapted and progressed 4 to 5 times faster than those who didn't. We found that the more support systems we provided to help new adventurers adapt, the better. So we're planning to expand these efforts in the long-term plan
Okay.
as well.
All right, we get it.
Okay. It'll take some time to implement, but we're also
Wait,
working
did it say
on
Edania
revamping
on
the
there?
Olvia area in a beginner.
Did it say when we were getting Edania?
We're calling it Olvia School, a school for new adventurers with support from Calfian.
No, it didn't?
That part
Okay.
of the Olvia will be rebuilt.
right,
Here,
I didn't
you'll
think
be
so.
able to hone your skills by battling various monsters and try out cooking and alchemy with designated ingredients and shared tools, helping you learn the game's basic systems and in a practical way. We plan
Tuvala
to
life
operate
skilling
Olvia
gear.
School in classes, and even after graduating, adventurers can stay connected
Too far
to
gone.
alumni groups with ongoing support for forming lasting in-game communities. It will take some time until it's built, but since the scenery of Olvia will change significantly, we encourage those with fond memories of the area to visit there before the update goes live.
Guys, they're
And in
removing
short
Olvia
term,
from the
we'll
map.
be refining our early game systems as introduced today. And in the long run, we're preparing an entirely new beginning
just being
area.
removed.
Our goal is to help new adventurers really experience what makes Black Desert fun right from the beginning.
Where's
That
Olvia
sounds like a
again?
big thing.
Nobody
That's
fucking
really
cares.
nice. I think it's
And-
important for those people just
and
starting their
this-
journey.
시작해서 적응하고 넘어서서
I also missed
This
Olvia.
chapter 1, the journey begins. We're wrapping up.
뭐
11 years of Black Desert, but there can be never enough quality of life improvements, I think.
Absolutely.
These updates aren't just helpful for for new adventures as they get started, they are full of changes that make the game more comfortable for everyone.
그만큼 많이 준비한 것에 대해서 많은 분들이 좋아해 주시는 것 아닐까
We still have
Guys, you can still read even when I'm talking. I try to talk when the Korean guy is talking, like right now. You can still read the captions.
we still have plenty more to share today.
Yep.
Next up is Chapter 2, which is going to focus on getting familiar with the world of Black Desert.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So let's
Okay.
dive right in and see what's coming next.
All right, mid gamers.
Into
Long limb
the
base
wide
grinders.
world. Chapter 2. We're growing, chat. We're growing.
All right, I'll turn off the sub animation.
Next updates for
There you
those
go,
still
Toph.
getting familiar with the game. Since a lot of these are quality of life updates, veteran adventurers may also find these updates useful. Once again, UI updates come first, which start with what so many adventurers have been anticipating, the all-in-one preset.
Chapter 2, Honglim Prison.
This is not the first time I'm talking about the all-in-one preset, and I've always felt sorry for making
this
you
shit
wait.
again.
But now I'm happy to say that it's almost ready to be released. With the all-in-one
Almost?
preset, you'll be able to view all your various settings on a single screen. What really makes this feature shine is that your preset will automatically apply
Well, there's
when you
always
enter
December.
specific content. Take the Arena of Solari, for example.
It's been 3
Am I
years.
going a bit too far ahead?
3
Sorry,
years.
chat. There we go. Take the Arena of Solari, for example. You can now pre-select your preferred preset in advance, just like what is shown right now. If you're out PvEing and get matched up for the Arena of Solari, your settings will automatically switch to your preset for the arena. And they'll switch back to the default settings after the match.
So just like now.
In this
Yeah.
way, you'll be able to set up presets for each type of content. It would be easier to join Guild League as well. However, while Carolyn's buff has become essential, it's causing issues in various content like the Guild League. We considered extending its duration, but honestly we feel it's better to remove unnecessary upkeep altogether to simplify things, both now and for the future. So, we're gradually phasing out Amity buffs, like Carolyn's and Aliston's. Now, you might be thinking, how are we going to deal with DR classes from now on? That's a fair concern, and we'll be addressing it shortly after. Going back to all-in-one
Fuck you,
preset.
DR players!
I am zooming, chat. I am zooming. I'm very sorry.
Yeah,
At first,
fuck
it was going
you.
really fast, and then I'm like,
Suck it,
Yeah.
pussies! I
The
told
idea
you!
is to kind of make everything a bit easier to upkeep
Yeah.
and simplify.
Fucking berserker mains.
we're addressing it shortly after. Going back to the all-in-one preset, definitely didn't get here already, the auto-switching feature is currently being tested. So, and it is being planned to launch in August 28th update. We apologize for the extra wait, and we want to ensure it's fully polished and delivers
Okay,
the
end
convenience
of
it's
August.
meant to offer for all adventurers.
Okay, end of August. Presets. You heard him.
Sorry, chat, I was zooming.
All of August.
I thought I was actually behind. Well, next up, Adventure Log Reward Integration. Adventure Logs are crucial, play a crucial role
They didn't say what
in
year.
progression by boosting key stats like AP and DP. But with stat rewards spreading across multiple logs, trying to collect them all can feel overwhelming. With this update, completing just Igor Bartali's adventures will grant you all the stat rewards, including
Shut up, Ronan.
AP, DP, accuracy and evasion, max stamina, MP, and HP.
Whoa.
Let's go,
Igor's
Bartali.
got it all. Igor has got it all.
Holy
Becoming
Giga
more
Chad.
famous now.
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
Now, you might wonder what the other adventure logs offer now. To address this, we're adding special rewards like colored titles to them, turning them into challenge or objective-based content. In short, they'll become optional rather than mandatory. For adventurers who've already completed these logs, the rewards will be distributed right after the update.
I'm sorry for you, Dave.
If you haven't yet, the choice is entirely yours. So for new adventurers are also immediately met with the mandatory quests, like those for the campsite or Tier 5 pet, right after starting the game. But with
Huge
more
dummy.
mandatory quests added over time, many new adventurers have found the early game overwhelming. We're working on improving this experience as well. That said, we'd like to ask for your understanding. For instance, even after simplifying Blackstones, we ended up introducing a new one later on. Sometimes when adding new content, new items are inevitably introduced. And so are quests. While we aim to minimize this, some additions are simply unavoidable as the game grows. That's why going forward, we want to put more focus on reorganizing existing content. So before we add something new, we'll make sure we'll make it a priority, to clean up, streamline, and polish what's already there to make the game more manageable and enjoyable for
God, we love
everyone.
Wansu. Thank
I think
God.
that's really important, actually. Like,
Yeah.
so people not
I
just
agree.
feel overwhelmed, but like burdened by having so
I
much
just
stuff.
do KB chest
and
for
it's the
nothing.
thing, like I think it was like last
Bro?
year or maybe the year before, we had like this whole part of like integration, like trying to consolidate a lot of stuff.
What's
You know,
the
new
title?
things come into the game, right, chat? So
What's
of course,
the title?
it's gonna grow.
Now let's talk about the seed pouch.
It better be Slave Driver.
This
I
is
swear to
Klaus'
God.
Old Moon seed pouch. We have been working on making seeds stackable, but since that is taking longer than expecting, we are offering this temporary solution. This pouch is for storage only. You won't be able to plant directly from it.
Okay, Kebby Cut
While
is
I've
the
been
title.
focusing on just one crop, many adventurers prefer growing a wider variety.
That's such a W change. We just heard a new player complain about it.
Klaus' Old Moon seed
That's
pouch
such a
comes
big
with
deal.
50 slots, but we'll consider increasing that in the future if needed. We hope this pouch helps adventurers who had trouble with inventory space when storing different types of seeds.
Good.
That's actually
Very
really
good.
nice. Nice quality of life.
Good.
I like it a lot.
W? It only holds 50 seeds though, so that's useless. What the f are we talking about?
It is also easy to
Don't worry,
obtain.
guys, it's
Once
expandable
you
with
reach
Pearl
farming
Shop.
skill 1, simply interact with Old Moon Manager
Pearl
to get
Shop.
it. Please note that only one pouch can be obtained per family.
Okay.
Next up, using energy from your alt characters. Previously, energy-based content often required switching to the character with energy you needed. Just as we've enabled node investments via the world map using alt characters' energy, we are planning to extend alt's energy usage to other contents as well.
That is nice.
Whoa.
Recently,
content?
we improved the hiring system, so you can hire workers from
Yeah.
other towns. And adding to that, you'll be able to use energy of your alt characters when hiring them.
I gotta redo my worker guide
If these
again!
changes were made along with updates like contribution points, cost reduction for nodes, and new production nodes in Ulukita and Keplan,
Oh, come
it would be
on!
much convenient for many adventurers. We regret that this improvement is coming so late, but still, better late than
Good
never.
change!
And we are committed to make it happen. Additionally, you'll be soon able to use alt characters' energy at the Patrigio shop as well. We are working on that too. These are all for
Why
making
are
the
your
adventurers'
characters
lives easier.
choosing to photo
That's
homeless?
nice. It's really, really nice.
Why the f is every character homeless?
Next up, the screen may be familiar for those enjoying life skill
What the
content. These are silver embroidered life clothes. These have been must-haves for life
Ew.
skillers for about 8 years, and beloved by many adventurers.
Disgusting!
However, after the Manos patch, their only real purpose has been the life EXP boost,
Stop it.
and constantly swapping outfits
Stop.
for that has been a hassle.
Stop it. No.
So,
No.
we've decided
You
to
did
let
not.
most silver embroidered life clothes go. Except for the traders and farmers' clothes that don't provide a mastery buff, all other silver embroidered life skill clothes will be removed. And
Okay,
their
that's fine.
effects like life EXP boost,
good.
cooking
Who
time
eat-
reduction,
Go on.
and
Who gives a shit?
processing success rate
Bye.
will be added to the Manos clothes. Those who already own
Sure.
silver embroidered life clothes will receive
gives a shit?
compensation based on their enhancement level.
Yep.
You'll get silver up to duo, and from Tri and above, you'll receive a Jin Bon or 1 Dawn Crystal Life EXP based on the enhancement level.
새벽의 수정이라는 이름을
You
그대로 사용하는 이유는
Solid.
저희 기존의 카라자드 액세서리
We're keeping the name of the Dawn Crystal because it uses the same slot unlocked by equipping the old Charizard accessory. This slot is now available when equipping Creon accessories. Crafting Jin Bon 1 Dawn Crystals, Life EXP would look like this. You can use pre-existing materials to craft them.
Okay, what did the Jin give you? Who gives a f about
Very
the
nice.
wand and the
While
bomb?
we're introducing life skill content, let me add one more thing. You know how processing works, right? It could be a bit frustrating when processing fails. So, we're looking to improve it. First, with this patch, we're planning to add the processing success rate effect from the silver embroidered craftsman clothes to the Manus craftsman's clothes. Also, if your gear isn't fully optimized yet, to reduce the number of processing failures, there'll be an increase in the base processing success rate.
Oh, thank God.
That's pretty nice.
Thank God. Fuck processing. You fail once, there goes a
next
minute of your
up,
life.
let's look at the screen first, shall we?
Christ.
Now,
That's
this
an
is the
episode
current
of Hoarders.
shortage of Pearl inventory slots. While number of outfits are growing, the shortage of Pearl inventory slots remain an ongoing issue.
Whales. Yep.
We are working on various solutions like a dressing room and so on.
It is my
But
Pearl
since
inventory.
those will take more time, we are implementing the quickest improvement possible. So, we're introducing 2 new items. Patricio's extra large apparel bag and Merv's carry-on bag. Patricio's extra large apparel bag, as the name suggests, is a storage dedicated to outfits. As you can see, it has 40 slots. So, compared to the existing Patricio's apparel bag, it offers much more space.
To fit all my
Each
outfits
family
in there?
can have up to 5 of these, and they are obtainable through the loyalty shop. This adds a total of 200 extra Pearl inventory slots just for outfits.
Oh, 200.
Which
Okay,
means
that's better.
that the current shortage of Pearl inventory will be in a better state.
Okay. All right.
Unlike...
Yep.
Sorry.
This is for our pay-to-win
Next up is the
adventurers,
Merv's carry-on bag, and unlike the apparel bag, this item specializes in quick swap rather than storage. When you open it, you'll see an equipment-style UI instead of a bag, allowing you to assign outfits for each slot. With a single click on swap, you can instantly change your entire outfit.
Okay.
While the original Patricio's apparel bag also had a
said
swapping
loyalties.
feature, it
Pearl
stored
shop
more
expanded.
outfits for all the different slots, leading to some issues depending on gear slots.
to
Merv's
hold
carry-on bag
outfits,
addresses
homie.
these problems and is designed specifically for easy outfit swapping. Merv's carry-on bag is also available for purchase up to 12 per year from the loyalty shop. With these storage items comes bittersweet news as well. The existing Patricio apparel bag will no longer be obtainable, and its outfit swapping feature will also be removed.
Can we move on?
It would
This
be
is great.
ideal to keep the item and its features, but due to the slot occupancy issues, this change is unavoidable, and we ask for your understanding.
We only have like an hour and 15 minutes
Sorry,
left.
Chan, but we've got some really good things instead of it, though, which
Yeah,
is
this
really
is great.
nice.
Yeah, guys, I understand. It's a loyalty bought item. It's pay to win because look at the contents of the bag,
Okay,
dumbass.
So adventurers who already own Patricio Apparel bag will receive Merv's carry-on bag equal to the number of their bags owned. And while you won't be able to
I'm gonna have one,
get
obviously.
Patricio's apparel bag anymore, you'll still be able to use the ones you already own for the extra storage. Moving on, let's talk about a new feature coming to Maids, who have been with us for the past 9 years.
Okay.
You'll
Yep.
soon be able to designate a main maid
Moving on.
and fully customize their appearance. Previously, maids came with the preset looks, which may not have suited everyone's tastes. Now, you can create your own unique maid character.
Are you kidding me?
You can set your maid as a shy dressed in a shy exclusive outfit and create your own cutie pie maid.
Yikes!
Or go with a giant and have a big sturdy butler by your
I
side.
want some
using
big
the
old
conversion
titty
stone
ass
available at the
ranger.
Pearl shop.
I want the
Outfits can
lawn
be
with some
converted into
legs.
exclusive
I don't
outfits.
care.
These outfits can be extracted like regular outfits or reverted back using a conversion stone if needed.
필요하시면 전환석을 이용해서
There's a reason
다시
they're showing a
원래대로 돌릴
ranger,
수도
guys.
있습니다.
Nice.
이렇게 대표 메이드를
I want to sniff
설정하시면
an
Once you set your
emote
main
every
maid,
time I see my maid.
They'll greet
That's
you
what I
every
want.
time. You'll use the maid function, replacing the default maid. We're also adding small interactive features. For example, when you board a wagon, your maid will take the driver's seat, while your character rides alongside and rests. We plan to expand these interactions further. Since this is your personal maid, you'll also be able to name them and even chat with them. And we're experimenting with AI features.
What?
Chat with them.
I'm sorry. What? We're gonna chat with our. We're gonna have a
One
girlfriend
important note
maid.
here,
It's
we're
over.
intentionally avoiding any
It's
gameplay
over.
advantages with the main maid. We
That
don't
was
want it to
not on
become a
the bingo
must-have
card.
or affect balance. This is purely meant to be a fun, customizable feature for you to enjoy your own
I'm
personal
gonna get a
companion.
girlfriend. It's just
You'll
in
always have
video.
See what chat's saying.
네,
Coming up next, let's set the improvements aside for a while and introduce some content.
전해드렸다면 이번에는
It is what we have mentioned before, the blue battlefield. This is where guilds clash on waters with ships, which is going to be enabled PvP content. This content was originally brought up at CRONS Ball 2021, but was at a halt for several issues. Letting it go wasn't easy for us, because this concept of naval fleet battle was one
We
of
are
the content
still
we
not
wanted to
working on
make
it.
happen the most in the world of Black Desert. So this year, with our everlasting passion, we came up with solutions for some critical issues and gave it one more try.
Oh. They're
We found
edging
out
us.
that Occupation Node War rules fitted in surprisingly well and came out more enjoyable than expected. So we decided to make it go live. The Blue Battlefield will take place in two regions, the Balanos Sea and the Calphian Sea. We'll kick things off in the Balanos Sea first this summer.
Oh, it worked so well.
The rules are similar to Occupation Node War. Guilds can register up to 20 members for the battlefield. However, for your participation to affect fort count, over half of your registered members must actually participate. Depending on how many guilds join, forts will spawn across random islands in the Balanos Sea. Capturing a fort or destroy at least 10 enemy ships is the minimum condition for rewards. As with the Occupation Node War, at the end of the battlefield, the guild that is occupying the fort wins. Since the blue battle is a naval battlefield, the role of your characters is minimal, and instead fleet combat is the core of all tactics and strategies. We are expecting intense cannon battles, so in order to create fights that are actually fun, we have added two special rules to keep things interesting. First, all ship movements are halved. All ships participating in the blue battlefield will have their movements-related stats such as speed, accel, turn and brake reduced by 50%. It might feel a bit sluggish compared to normal sailing, but the current ship speed is too fast for naval combats. This change is meant to encourage more strategic and enjoyable sea battles. Second, you cannot repair ships during the battle. Maintaining your fleet is key in this content, and thus revive items like Tears of the Wind are also disabled. If your ship is destroyed, you will have to turn to wharf, repair, and set sail again.
This could be
To prevent
good.
players from being stranded at sea, we'll provide a traveler's map with a short
There's too many
cooldown
bugs, guys.
specifically designed for the blue battlefield.
There's too many bugs in naval combat, man. I've done it too many times. There's just no
nice.
way.
Sounds really interesting.
And obviously,
It could
even
be
if
really
your ship is
good.
destroyed during the blue battlefield, your sailors won't suffer any penalties. So charge into combat.
Okay, sure. I mean, if there's
Now
no
let's
bugs,
talk about
you
the
know?
roles and synergies of different ship types. Since the blue battlefield is
Not
a
the
guild
balance.
scale battle, how you manage your fleet is crucial.
like
First,
this.
the guild galley serves as a flagship. In the blue battlefield, the ship becomes extremely durable, and compared to other ship types, it can deal much more damage against forts. So utilizing this
Yeah, but you have
flagship
to have
is
a bunch of row it though.
However, you cannot make use of multiple galleys. only one galley is allowed per guild.
이는 이제 길드 갤리선은
This is to reduce burden of constructing and improving multiple galleys for the content.
Okay.
두 번째는 이제 중범선인데 중범선
So
I should do
for
this for the content.
carrots
I would be screaming at people.
serving as your main combat units.
Bro, you fucking
Protecting the
slaves!
flagship, the guild galley, while destroying enemy fleets will be their main mission. I said that once the blue battlefield begins, all ships will have their movement stats reduced by 50%. Please note that this movement stat reduction may vary depending on the ship type.
Bro, the advance is going nowhere.
The Panaxons will act as tanks, breaking enemy formations. They'll receive buffs on their defense, and their smooth turn skill will go through a revamp. Instead of turning just 45 degrees, it can now spin 180 degrees in place, which allows
What? It's just
quickly
a
fire
turret?
cannons from both sides.
That seems
Panaxons
realistic.
can hold its position and
What?
stay strong for a long time, while disrupting enemies with fast fires, making them game changers in fleet battles.
Just a Gatling gun.
And finally, Etheria galleons are also eligible for battle, and this ship can become a
That's-
wild card.
That's the boat that you get for winning a region,
Extremely
guys.
tough,
One person in
but their
each winning
attacks
guild
are
gets it.
relatively weak. In order to make their balance suitable for the content, we plan to slightly lower its defense and boost its attack.
I've used one before.
Guilds with more galleons may have an advantage, but
May?
they'll also draw more attention from rivals.
It has 2x the stats of every other boat, guys.
Now, after
It's
all these
disgusting.
explanations on the blue
It's
battlefield,
disgusting.
you may think, isn't this just another naval node war? And honestly, you're right. It will run 6 days a week, except Saturday, following the same time schedule as the regular node war. In
So-
other words, you could think of it as a standalone naval node war.
I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. It could be good if there's no bugs. It could
At
be fun
first,
as
we
fuck.
considered simply adding naval
could be fun
combat
as
to the
fuck with no
existing
bugs.
node war.
It could
For
be.
all the Carrack owners who've been waiting for naval combat content so patiently, and for those who've made ocean content their main focus, we wanted to offer something special, a dedicated experience just for you. That's why we've
All 7
completely
of you.
excluded character stats and designed this content to be all about your ship. This isn't about splitting the current Node War player base. Instead, we're creating an entirely new pool of participants. So it's actually really, really nice.
Nobody that does Node Wars gives a fuck about
Cool.
boat
Interesting
content.
to see
I
what
know
guilds
I'm in the
get
Node
involved
Wars
with this.
scene.
And since ships are the
No
center
one
of this
cares.
mode, it's naturally a bit more accessible and lighter compared to the original Node War. The rewards are also completely different, setting this content apart. Let's look at the rewards now then. Okay, we have designed helpful buffs for adventurers who enjoy seafaring,
Wow, English
alongside
fog.
guild funds and gold bars as well. Reward boxes will also include item to reroll the stats of sea crystals and chests with yellow or red grade sea crystals
Bro.
according to a set probability.
BDO Navy is rock hard right now. Like their
It's
dicks
a
are lifting
naval
up their
PvP
tables.
mode that borrows the rules of the current node war, focusing on ships. I would say this mode is for both seasoned and aspiring captains, and delivering a new, enjoyable experience has been our top priority when developing it. We'll put the greatest effort to make it enjoyable till the very last. Okay, that includes Chapter 2.
Okay, so we've got through 2
Now let's take
chapters
a
with
look
no
at
very
when the
significant
update is
changes.
coming on screen.
Oh god!
Okay, we see all the days
See
again.
from most
I
of them
need
are coming
something
July.
better, guys! I'm getting a little nervous! Look, I love the blue battlefield, that's great, but I know that the player base doesn't give a f about that. I think that's pretty cool, but like also, I think there's naval content is way too bugged, guys. Looks like July 30th for that, by the way. I think that the blue battlefield is just too bugged. If they fix the bugs, it could be badass as fuck. I'll try it. I mean, I've got the boats. Fuck it, you know.
호밀지 개편 같은 경우가 참
Really,
적응하기 힘들어하시는 분들에게는
stood out
많이
to me.
되겠다라는 생각이 좀 듭니다.
As someone still getting used to things, I really appreciate it.
Who the f are you?
Plenty of quality of life upgrades were introduced, including energy storage, a seed bag, an outfit bag, plus a sneak peek at the blue battlefield. But I think it's time to go to Edania, so let's see what's next in the next chapter together.
다음 챕터 가보시죠.
It's the MC? What the f is an MC?
We're now on Chapter 3, Beyond the Desert Sands, chat. We are leveling up.
We're getting there. We're getting to
there.
Edania.
I know
Okay, this
people
is
are
where the
excited for
PvP
other
should be.
stuff. Don't worry,
This is
chat,
where all
we're
the
on our way.
PvP was for Valencia.
Now, this chapter is titled Beyond the Desert Sands. These are for those who settled in the world and gotten the hang of Black Desert. Our previous topics were a bit lighter, but since this chapter is just before heading to Edania, we've included some advanced content. Since we have a lot to cover, let's dive right in. Okay, so first up is a new content called Allan Serbin's Landscape. In Black
What's
Desert,
Allah's
many
landscape
adventurers
look
spend
like?
a long time aiming to find specific treasures. That passion for reaching your goals is truly inspiring, but that challenge can feel overwhelming or even keep some from trying it at all. We've been thinking about it a lot because it's important to honor those who've reached these treasures after all those obstacles. So simply lowering the difficulty wasn't an option, but leaving things as they are didn't feel quite right either. So we're proposing a new way of treasure hunting, which is called Allan Serbin's Landscape. The landscape painting you see here is a magical frame that captures the scenery of treasure monster zones, like History of Ruins or Ackman Temple. It's based on the native frame, found in Tariff. The idea is that by imbuing the frame with a spell, the energy of the specific location fuses with your character temporarily. While in this state, you gain a powerful effect. You can obtain treasure materials from the monster zone, even while subjugating in a different location. For example, if you activate the landscape of History of Ruins, even at monster zones other than History of Ruins such as Golden Pig Cave or Darkseeker's Retreat, compass materials obtainable from History of Ruins will sometimes drop. But
why the fuck would you go to History
in
event?
every monster zone. The landscape will only be available in zones.
What's the purpose of going to the other monster zones then?
Requirement. I'm sorry, I was a bit ahead down. Let's see, there we are.
Kind of like a treasure item drop event on demand.
To activate the landscape, you'll need a scenery item obtainable from each treasure monster zone. For example, if you defeat monsters in History of Ruins, you can obtain Scenery of Histria. The landscape will react upon using the scenery item and activate a number of spell charges equal to item use. Defeating monsters will spell activated will consume spell charges. Think of it as working similarly to
Okay, so you
Fever.
get this is
Treasure.
Yeah, treasure.
It's not it. It's not it.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
I was ahead of it. Okay, no, I'm behind. This also means
Everyone's
you can
just
collect
gonna grind
scenery
in
items
Darkseekers.
characters
Stop
of
leaving
History of Ruins
Darkseekers
and tag
Retreat.
characters on your desired monster zone.
Stop leaving
Consume
Pig
the
Cave.
scenery of History. However, it doesn't mean that using the scenery increases your drop rate or anything like that. It only enables the item to drop in other zones, and even then at a fixed lower rate than it would in the original monster zone. And just in case you're wondering,
But
does
you
this
have it all
really
the
work?
time.
Just like scroll written in ancient language, default guaranteed items are
don't know,
also
man.
included in the
I don't really
item
like
drop
that.
table. This content's goal is completely tearing down the walls of treasure hunting, but rather giving you a bit more breathing room. We've designed it to stop adventurers from being stuck in one zone and let them breathe some different air from time
That's
to
what
time.
we liked about
Also, you
the
don't have
treasure
to
items.
keep party zones running, because once you've obtained enough scenery items, you'll be able to go
Like, oh,
after
how
the
long did you
treasure
spend in
items
Histria?
solo.
That's gone now.
We think this will be a nice advantage for many players. For now, each scenery item can only be obtained from the monster zones, but as we monitor the overall trend,
I'll explain
we're
it
planning
after,
to
guys.
gradually add more resources for obtaining them.
A lot of people are going to spam W
because
because they don't
This content
understand.
finds its place and make the treasure hunting experience a bit more flexible.
I'm just going to tag it to Olin's. I never have
Next
to do
up is an
Olin's
update
ever.
many adventurers have been requesting for a long time. We're revamping the Alchemy Stone
Let's go.
system,
Oh.
chat. It is happening.
Yo!
It
Okay,
is
that's big.
now. Alchemy stones are a key progression goal for our top-tier adventurers.
Somebody get Fizz!
But we've received a lot of feedback that the system is too complicated. There were two main issues. First, the level and grade systems were too complex.
Big!
Yeah?
Yeah.
Second, the system itself was unfriendly and difficult to progress through. To fundamentally address these problems, we've prepared this revamp. Previously, Alchemy Stones had 8 levels from Imperfect to Shining, and each was split into 4 color grades, white, green, blue, and yellow. It was just too complicated, so moving forward, we're simplifying both the levels and grades. And as you can see, levels will now be reduced to 6. Imperfect, Sturdy, Sharp, Splendid, Splendid, and Shining. Each level will now only have 1 grade, yellow.
W.
Adventurers with
W.
Alchemy Stones of the removed grades will be compensated with silver based on the grade of
Big.
the stone.
Big
The UI layout will be improved along with levels and grades.
So big for our veteran
Unlike other
players.
equipment, Alchemy Stone has 2-step progression system, gaining EXP through polishing and leveling up through growth. This led to becoming going back and forth between the tabs, making progression a tedious task. With the update, recharge and growth can be done on the same screen. And you can probably see something else there, chat. There's also some changes to the growth difficulty. First, the success rate will now be displayed. Also, using CRONS stone when attempting growth on an Alchemy Stone will prevent it from being destroyed even if you fail. The Ancient Anvil system is also being added. You'll be guaranteed to level up your Alchemy Stone after a certain number of failures. However, for the highest level Shining Alchemy Stone, its rarity and prestige will result in the amount of Agris Essence required to use the Ancient Anvil being set to a very high number.
Who gives a shit?
Okay, the overall success rates for Alchemy Stones will also be slightly increased, but for the Shining Alchemy Stone, to honor the effort of so many adventurers who've overcome countless failures to craft the Shining Alchemy Stones, the difficulty will remain high.
Oh, here's a video.
The only people that have made
Okay,
Shining guys are
next
people
up,
that
let's
exploited
watch
the
this
game. Just by the way. Wait, what is this? Yeah, we already saw this is the Sovereign from last year. This is the same video as last year. Is it gonna change color? Wait, is it gonna change color? Wait a minute. Hold up. Oh, it's the offhand? Oh, who gives a shit? Nobody cares.
네, 많은 분들이 이번 연애
I just saw the SNS.
Okay, very nice. Woo woo.
I think many adventurers have been
Many adventurers were speculating on this as the reveal of the new item,
yeah,
Sovereign
Sovereign, whatever.
Sub-Weapon.
Okay.
Many adventurers had a feeling it was coming, but everyone is asking, what kind of stats will it have? Shall we take a look at the effects first?
Let's take a look. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, thank God it's
Look at that
listed
AP
out in
chat.
an easy
Look at
way
the
that we
AP.
can all see.
님들께서 예측하셨던 게 맞았습니다.
You know?
Many adventurers got this right.
두베르와 쿠툼을 통합한 형태입니다.
Oh, how does that compare? Guys, how much does our current
The
Kutum
Sovereign
have?
Sub-Weapon combines the power of both Nova and Kutum. Its enhancement levels are the same
Wait.
as those for main and awakening weapons, comprised of 10 levels, and the difficulty is also identical. There are 3 different crafting members for the Sovereign Sub-Weapon. Since it has the effect of 2 weapons 1, it does require a bit more materials compared to main or awakening weapons.
Yeah.
First,
What
you can
the
use
fuck?
2 pen Black Star sub-weapons plus 1 Gem of Twilight. Second, you can use a pen Black Star sub-weapon, 1 pen Kutum sub-weapon at Capris level 20, and a pen Nova sub-weapon at Capris level 20. Or third, a pen Black Star sub-weapon, a 1 Gem of Twilight, and a new item called Gem of the Primordial. The Gem of the Primordial is a new item, and we'll get to how to obtain it. We'll get to know how to obtain
I
it
have a
shortly.
C20 Kutum, so I have the gem
Just
thing.
like main and awakening weapons, Sovereign sub-weapons gain additional visual effects at pen and opt. Please note that they cannot be registered on the central market. Next up, let's watch another clip.
Oh, it's Wansu from the past.
Yes, it's Wansu from last year's ball.
It's Wansu from the past,
And
chat.
he is talking about a Dine-Arduanatt-Doom thing.
Yeah. It's like combining the horses, right? He said that he was
There you go.
going to try and do that because chat wanted it.
And they,
That's the comparison.
and
20
they're
AP.
talking about how We did the sap.
Yeah.
And the joke is like Wansu's name in Korean is kind of similar to like Walyo. It's like kind of similar to complete. So they're joking like, oh, your name is complete, so you're going to complete this, right?
Wait. Are they handing us another T10?
Nice.
That is right. I'm here with my words from last winter.
No way.
Hereby presenting Dine-Arduanatt-Doom.
Video time.
Wait, we're combining all three? Wait! The Giga Horse? Oh my god, it just transforms! Oh my god! Holy shit! Holy shit, Dub! Oh god, that's so good. Holy shit, what a W. Okay, alright. That's a good change. Alright, that's good. That's good. I like it. That's so much better. That's so much smoother. All right.
That's crazy. That was so seamless.
That was really good.
It was seamless. It was really good.
Okay.
Just like in the video, on flatland it charges forward in the form of Mythical Doom, glides as Mythical Arduanatt while airborne, and walks on the water as Mythical Dine on the sea. And in desert it takes on the form of Dream Horse Dine. Since Dine fits the desert best, we decided to add it in as well.
That's nice.
When I first brought this up, I wanted it to be meaningful for all trainers out there, but I didn't want to burden you with more cores or requirements. So after some thought, I realized that those who already built Sanctuary are, in a way, the ultimate trainers.
That's me!
That is why we are sending out this horse to everyone who has a Sanctuary.
Easy. Content's already done.
This
Fuck you
isn't a
guys.
one-time event reward either.
Easy.
From now on, anyone who builds a Sanctuary will obtain one. So you can take out this horse with your main character and leave your Sanctuary to alts as you see fit.
You lose two-seater?
Like
That's a great question.
It's a separate horse chant.
That's a great question, True Fable.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you lose two-seater? How do you
So
do
you
the
could just
actives?
leave your other sanctuary to your
This
old...
spatial Dine-Arduanatt-Doom comes fully loaded. It starts at level 1 but already knows all 37 skills at 100%, excluding the two-seater skill. And its base stats are set to highest values amongst mythical horses. For example, its speed matches Arduanatt's highest, and turn matches Doom's top stat.
We lost
As the best
two-seater.
horse in Black Desert, we made it sure it has the best possible stats to match.
I downgraded
Okay,
my
that's nice.
horse?
And
God
actually,
horse can't carry more
I
than one
haven't
person.
come up with
Can't
its
do it.
name yet. So it's called Dine-Arduanatt-Doom
It's a
for
separate
now.
horse.
But if you recommend any good names, we may use them when we go live.
Yeah, chat, send us some ideas,
extra
chat. Send
horse.
us some dad horse.
Yeah, but they're getting
Stop
it to you for
Oh,
free.
chat.
And also, we have
And
another
that's the
clip.
one you're going to use. Oh, is this the dragon? Are we getting a dragon?
This is switching to attack character.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh my god. I just nutted. I just came. I just finished. Oh my god. Did anyone else just see what he just did?
Okay, it's like instant
Holy
transmission.
fuck.
Yeah, this is actually something that is still experimental level. We are working on the feature that lets you instantly
Oh, fuck.
switch the
We'll get
attack
it in
character
December
without
of
any loading time.
2029.
Honestly, it's still too early to say for sure whether this will be possible or not. But
Why
if
would
everything
you
goes
show
well,
it to us,
while there will be
man?
still a cooldown, you'll be able to instantly switch your tech character when travel separately is turned off.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Being able to instant transmission across the map.
Why would you show
That was
that?
looking great, by the way. Of course, this feature remains uncertain for now, but I wanted to share this with you because this motivates us to work even harder. So consider this as a little push for ourselves as well. We'll do our best to make this happen, just like Dine-Arduanatt-Doom, and that wraps
Oh,
up
for
the
fuck's sake.
details for Chapter 3. Now let me tell you when you can expect this update.
Oh.
Never.
He also made another joke saying that with his name.
Oh, yeah. To complete.
Yeah. So Sovereign Sub-Weapons, August 6th.
August 6th, okay.
Dine-Arduanatt-Doom is August 13th.
Okay. That's a long way away.
Landscape is August 27th. And the Alchemy Stone renewal is set for September.
September, okay.
챕터 3
Nice.
사막을 넘어서였는데 역시나 적응 단계를 넘어선
Okay,
분들이
chapter
많다
3,
보니까
Beyond the Desert, I think sounds great.
뭐
Or Beyond the Desert sounds great.
Dine-Arduanatt-Doom 이거 지금 이름이 안 적혀져서
Allan, Serbin's landscape.
이름을 못 지었으니까요.
Alchemy Stone rework, Sovereign Sub-Weapons, Dine-Arduanatt-Doom. That's a lot.
Nice.
I think we really do need a better name.
Yeah.
Arduanatt.
So let's keep them coming.
이걸 한번
The most popular name is in the chat now.
Yeah, apparently it's Dad.
Yes.
Dad is the name of the
Dad
horse.
is the name.
I
Dad?
think that's just how it's going to be from now on. Sad.
The dad horse? It's not funny. We're not
me,
naming it the dad
character
horse.
tagging
I
switch
am
was
not
actually
writing
crazy.
dad.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not writing
Super-
dad
any
to
loading.
Node War.
Yeah.
I'm not writing dad to my... It's
No.
not happening.
I think
What the
it's
f*** are we
chapter
talking
4,
about,
everyone.
chat?
Well,
Stop
finally
suggesting
time.
that.
yeah,
You're all a
finally
bunch of
time.
apes.
maybe. But before that,
에다니아가 맞긴 한데요.
I think we're going to go into 3.5.
Please talk to us about PvP.
But yes, we are. But just before
Bro.
we move on to Edania, there's something important I'd like to talk about first. Those who remember the last Calcium Ball may be wondering, when is it happening? It's the patch we were promised for removing resistance from PvP and grouping the class synergies. That's what I want to talk about now.
All right.
I know you've
Now
all
we're
been
on the
waiting, chat.
important shit.
And I've been seeing the comments.
PVP 저항 삭제는
The removal of PvP resistance is a change to a core system that has been part of Black Desert since its earliest days. That's why we needed to approach this with a great consideration.
We ripped it all
as we were
out.
preparing this update, other issues and lingering regrets have also been in our minds. For example, the class summons and the long-standing issue with them, confusion and challenges in bouncing from an outdated damage calculation formula, and on top of that, a diminishing sense of progression. These challenges that we need to overcome kept coming into mind. We need to sort it all out at once, chat. And over the past 10 years, Black Desert has truly come a long way. But that time means some of our systems became outdated, while others accumulated problems upon problems. So with this opportunity, we wanted to not only address PvP resistance, but also clearly organize and improve the aforementioned issues. Looking back at each of them, it pretty much required a complete rebuild of Black Desert's entire combat structure, which is why it took so much time. Still, now that most of the work is finally wrapping up, on this very day, right before the launch of Edania, we're excited to share with our adventurers the changes we've prepared.
No, I'm so close.
There's
Keep talking.
quite a bit to say about this.
Yeah, as Jessup mentioned earlier, over the past 10 years of Black Desert, our combat system has gradually become more complex.
A bit slow.
Alongside that, a number of issues have also accumulated. The changes we've made were done with the goal of streamline and unity in mind. There are 4 key areas we're focusing on with this overhaul. First, refining the damage calculation formula. Second, removing resistance from PvP. Third, grouping synergy multipliers. And fourth, improving the system to enhance a sense of equipment growth. First is refining the damage calculation formula. We started by clarifying the basic terminology, specifically for evasion or accuracy and evasion. They were often displayed as accuracy rate, evasion rate, causing confusion. Now, these will be unified as accuracy and evasion with a 1% to 4-point conversion rate. This change should prevent any further confusion with mixed terminology.
It made me more
Additionally, all
confused. Is
accuracy
that
effects
bad?
attached to each class's skills will now be removed. Currently, each class receives different accuracy effects for each skill based on their unique characteristics. Because of this, balancing has been difficult.
I'm American. I
And
need
there
you
have
to
been
explain it to me like
where
I'm
things
5.
felt unfair depending on the situation. So we plan to remove all accuracy rate attached to individual skills and instead add in accuracy plus 18 per skill to Infinite Mastery, a common basket skill for all characters.
Now, this
Wow,
might be a
we're
bit
standardizing
confusing, so
accuracy
to
across
give you
all
an
character
example,
skills.
Currently, this is the Hashashin skill, Inquisition. This skill has a stat that increases accuracy rate by 19%, and a buff that increases all accuracy rate plus 6% for 10 seconds when using the skill. Such effects that come with the skill itself will be removed going forward, and accuracy will instead be added to a common passive skill, Infinite Mastery. Please do note that accuracy effects on class-specific passive skills will remain the same. This way, every class will be able to use more diverse combos without being limited by skills that increase accuracy rate.
All right, that makes
Next
sense.
is about the damage reduction rate of super armor.
It's not full universal. Everybody's got the same accuracy, guys.
Fast? I am a bit fast.
Wait,
This time I'm a
what
bit
about
fast.
super
Sorry.
armor? Yeah. What?
Can't get it right. Can't
Wait,
get it
what
right.
was that?
PvP players
Wait,
may
go back.
already know this, but other adventurers might find this unfamiliar. The damage reduction rate have been applied as a multiplicative stat so far. But since it applies differently from various buffs in the game, we are changing it to an additive calculation for unification and intuitiveness. Just changing the formula like this would diminish the efficiency of skills that increase damage reduction rate. So, we'll be adjusting the damage reduction rates of these skills, along with the formula. We are sharing this as there are changes being made, but we'll make sure that it doesn't feel any different from before.
Okay,
Next is
sure.
on extra damage to species. We wish to clearly distinguish how it's applied in PvP and PvE. For example, extra damage to humans will no longer activate when you fight with another adventurer in PvP.
What?
And will only activate against humanoid monsters.
What?
Instead, the effect that applies to another
DK is
character in
dead.
PvP will be replaced with a new one called extra damage to characters. This will reduce confusion by clearly distinguishing PvE and
I gotta buy more
PvE.
crystals.
PvE and PvP. With this change, you might be worried about the items with extra damage to humans. This patch will also add the same amount of extra damage to characters to all items that already have the extra damage to humans effect. Existing items will be updated in this way, and going forward will make appropriate use of extra damage to characters in various ways.
They're simplifying it
There'll
by
be some
adding another
changes to
stat.
extra damage to species itself. First, the extra damage to species will no longer exceed the AP limit for monster zones. In other words, it will not go over the soft cap. We're preparing a comprehensive rework to ensure that the difficulty and efficiency of monster zones are balanced with these changes. There are also additional changes in store, so stay tuned.
What did he just say?
2.
Wait, what did he just fucking say?
Next,
What?
on to the summons. From now on, the damage calculation formula for some entities will be the same as for your character. The summons will now also benefit from your character's damage effects, as well as any damage increasing effects that occur in certain situations.
I don't believe
On the other
anything
hand,
you have to say
extra
about
damage to
fucking
species
summons.
will no longer ignore the target damage reduction, and
It's an
stats
awakening
will
witch
now
maid for
be
4
applied
years?
to summons
I believe
in the
nothing.
same way as they are to characters, not monsters. As I gave an explanation about extra damage to species earlier, please keep in mind that summons will now be affected by extra damage to characters, not monsters.
Wait, summons are gonna be
And
fucking
something many
crazy.
adventurers have talked about. The fact that summons get stronger at night will be removed. Summons have always played a significant role in many skills in
Summons are
Black Desert.
stronger at night?
And it took longer than we anticipated
Fucking
with how much work was needed. I'm personally happy that we're finally able to tidy things up. We'll pay close attention until the end. Ensure these updates do not cause issues with balance. Okay.
Those are some fundamental changes.
Yeah. So, I'm now going to go over
Okay,
some of the
Striker's gonna be
PvP
so much
Moving on
fun to
to
play
second
against.
key area,
Yay!
removing PvP resistances. Going
Oh,
forward,
much fun.
resistances quite literally will no longer apply in PvP. There are a few things to consider with this change. First, effects related to resistances is so-called 3 minutes buffs or in passive effects will be replaced with other effects that suits characteristics.
That's good.
However, they will still be applied in PvE, so any resistance increases attached to skill will remain. One of the biggest concerns we had when removing resistances from PvP was grapple. With grapple resistance gone, grapple skills will become significantly more powerful.
Yeah.
And classes with ranged grapple skills could become disproportionately strong compared to those with melee grapple. We plan to address this making distinguishable ranged grapple animations, for example, a wind-up animation when attempting a ranged grapple. And the speed and the style of these animations will play a key role in balancing. Melee grapples will also go through some adjustments. We'll put our best efforts into making this change, and it could be done in a different way in the future, as we consider various other methods while we prepare this change.
Huge!
That's
I
nice.
love to
The wind-up
fuck
is
lawns,
nice.
man. I love lawns.
Like, that's definitely going to be more telegraphed, it seems.
Ranged grabs are cooked,
Additionally,
bro.
the grapple resistance is not used against monsters either, so the effect will be removed entirely. Items that currently increase or ignore grapple resistance will be converted to silver with the patch to be received by the adventurers.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Next up, grouping synergy multipliers. Screen, please.
This, I think, is... Oh, so it's kind of split into 3 different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as you can see on the screen,
Yeah, such interesting shit that it's all in English that we can all read. That's
multiple
great.
classes will be applied in 3 different groups, depending on the characteristics of each class. If you look at Ranger, you'll notice that Succession and Awakening are placed in different groups. Succession Ranger uses a ranged weapon, and Awakening primarily uses melee skills. Like this, as classes have different playstyles between Succession and Awakening, making them more appropriate for different groups. We'll also carefully review each class to see if there are any areas that are lacking or need improvement until the patch goes live. So this is kind of a change on the class damage modifiers.
Right.
Thanks, Google. You're
One
worthless.
more important thing. We have decided to block mouse movement with this update as well.
Yes.
Oh no, that's bad. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, mouse movement has
Oh, that's so
certain
bad.
features since the
Oh,
very
that's a
beginning.
huge L.
And many adventurers have become accustomed to it,
Oh,
which is why we
God.
kept it in the game.
Oh,
But over
God.
time, it
So many
began to
people are
affect the
gonna be
balance of the
so
game as it
pissed
started
about
to
that.
become a deciding factor in adventure's skill
Everyone
level.
that is terrible at PvP,
So along
guys,
with the aforementioned
we
changes,
collectively,
we're taking
we're
this
up
opportunity
huge.
to fully disable mouse movement.
We're huge.
We understand that adventurers who use this
All
feature
good
see
players,
mouse
they're the
movement
trash
as
ones.
part of the
Who's
character's
trash now,
balance,
shitheads?
and that they could take
Yeah,
the
fuck
removal
you
of the
guys.
feature as a nerf or debuff to
If
their
we
character.
burn, you burn with us.
So, but please
Who's
note that we'll
teabagging
all be
who?
also
Fuck
making the
shit.
appropriate improvements in its place.
Yeah. So
Fucking
this
fuckstick
may have been a
berserkers.
very sudden for some,
This is a
because
W
it's
change
not
for me.
something that was mentioned last year. But as Wansu explained, there were many problems with
Everyone
it,
else is here?
and some structural
My
issues
skill
that
level is
needed
here.
to be fixed. Mouse
They're moving
movement
down here.
forcibly changes a character's movement mid-animation,
WB.
which directly leads to issues such as desynchronization, where the screen you see is not identical to the
Gatherers
screen
are
other
also
players
down
see.
tremendous.
That's why we decided that blocking mouse movement will lead to a
Agreed,
more enjoyable
Christopher.
experience for
Caddy.
everyone, as well as resolve the desync issue.
Gathering is
We'll
cooked.
prepare this change thoroughly so we can provide better PvP and a more stable combat environment.
Berserkers are so
I mean,
fucked.
yeah,
Their
it's-
class actually just got
people
nerfed
have
into
all
the
seen the
ground.
videos.
Fuck you guys. I have no sympathy. Zero.
Now,
None.
for the last key area, improving the sense of growth. Going forward, if your AP is above 310, you'll gain +5 extra AP against monsters for every point of AP. Of course, these are still under
What?
tests for balance adjustments, so the
Fucking
numerical values
what?
may change. But up until now, while gear performance have always been important, once you reached a certain AP threshold, you likely noticed that the impact of further increases felt much less significant. This was intended to reduce the pressure of gear upgrades, but as time passed, we decided it's time for an improvement. For this, we're reworking the overall PvE system, including monster zones, to resolve this issue and create a better environment for everyone.
No, don't touch it.
Monster zones had an unclear AP limit or soft cap, had inconsistent hunting efficiency. And some classes were even able to perform in higher level monster zones with lower AP. So, we first reassigned the AP requirement of all monster zones with care. Our goal is to clearly outline the required specs step by step, and to create a system where falling below the AP requirement significantly reduces your efficiency.
So now you can't go to a spot if you're a god.
Provides clear rewards.
That's bad.
We especially want you to really feel the result of increasing AP
now
throughout this
low-gear people
process.
can't go to high-gear
spots. As a part of this monster zone overhaul, we've designed the AP limits or soft caps in a much more systematic way.
And it's not a good thing, guys.
Systemic way, sorry. If your AP goes above the requirement of a monster zone, your efficiency there will not increase sharply. Instead, as your AP increases, you'll get better loot and experience a clear sense of growth by moving to a higher level monster zone. So you have no reason to stay in the same zone. Since this patch means meeting the AP requirement is essential for efficient hunting, we will reduce situations where monsters deal unexpectedly powerful attacks that can instantly incapacitate adventurers. In other words, preventing getting one-shot.
Okay, that's good.
Next,
that's a good
let's
thing.
talk about DP.
That's very good.
At this time, we don't have any additional plans for DP bonuses.
By the way, there goes my Iron Man series just ended, guys.
However, since Black Desert is a field-based game, we want to leave some room for adventurers to make up for lower DP with their own skills. Our philosophy is that while AP has to be met, DP is something that can be overcome with skill. But instead, DP will be a set minimum requirement for challenge-based objectives, not regular fields, so open world monster zones, guys. In other words, instance dungeon content, if you don't meet the minimum DP, you won't be able to enter these types of content.
Sure.
That way,
should have been that way
DP will
before.
still be a meaningful stat for those who work towards it.
Yeah.
And it allows us to design the content to not be over.
They're pissed that people started putting on Nuver to do C10 to cheese C10 calamity bosses, guys.
Ataraxian will have their AP
They
and
just said,
DP
fuck you, I'm just
requirements
gonna wear
adjusted.
Nuver.
Like
I'm
the
not
monster
joking.
zones, we plan to gradually ease the difficulty
They're
of
pissed.
content that felt too challenging. To summarize, moving forward, the efficiency of field monster zones will be designed around AP, while instance dungeon content like bosses will require adventurers to meet both AP and DP requirements. This will be our philosophy in redesigning all monster zones and content. It will be a lot of changes, but we'll try our best to ensure no part of this feels like a nerf. And this new approach is reflected in the upcoming
I'm really
new
nervous
region,
about this, guys.
Edana.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm really nervous about this.
Now that
Could be a really
wraps
good
up
thing,
the
but
introduction
they
to
could
the
fuck
relevant
this shit up
changes
really
with
easily.
so many updates.
They could f it
I'll
up
go into
so
that part,
easily,
yeah.
though.
Go ahead,
Could be
chat,
good,
my
though.
bad. So as I was saying, this wraps up, and I know a lot of you might feel a bit confused, but at the same time,
Please
we
talk
hope
about
there
Node
are
Wars.
people who see the positive side of bringing
Please
more
talk about Node
structure
Wars.
and improvement, no matter how late it might feel. We too have our concerns about changing existing system. It's not the act of changing itself that worries us, but rather how these changes will affect our adventurers.
None
You
of
guys,
this matters
how you
if
might
they don't
feel
fix the
about it.
PvP systems.
Having love for this game, playing every day for years, and seeing it suddenly change could definitely make you feel a sense of loss or disappointment. Even so, we believe
Or
that the
bald men
changes we've
screaming.
shared are essential for Black Desert to move forward and build a better future. We'll be putting all our efforts in, and we hope you'll continue to support us. There's a lot included in these updates, so we won't roll everything out at once. Starting from July, so from next week, the updates will be gradually introduced on the Black Desert Lab, where they will be tested and refined for about a month. We're aiming to end.
이번 패치는
Sovereign
we're aiming for
Offhand's
the end of
basically the
July
same as
for the
before.
live service updates, and we'll do our best
Same as the other.
for it.
We went a little ahead of him, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's
But
Please
it is a
talk
lot,
about Node
and I
Wars
think
now.
For a lot of
It's a lot.
adventures,
Please
it's
talk
a lot
about
of
Node
big
Wars.
fundamental changes.
Yeah.
but
Please
it's kind
talk
of
about open
needed
world
to make
PvP.
Right.
future stuff better, basically.
Yeah.
Please,
A
God.
lot of this is 100% needed.
All of this is amazing if you
Like-
fix the PvP systems.
There
We are
was,
up
like, I
huge.
think-
We're right there.
I think everyone will. I think
We're
I can
right
understand
there.
now why this was called Chapter 3.5.
Yeah.
It
Please.
really important. How do you feel, chat?
Offhand
what
requirements
you
the
think,
same
chat.
thing as Sovereign for the main hand
I
and
think
Awakening, basically.
Like it's something that's
Thumbs up, thumbs
something.
down.
I think all these changes are kind of meant for the next 10 years of Black Desert. It felt especially meaningful and in depth, but I think it's finally time for the next chapter, Edania.
Yeah.
But before we move on, it was a lot to take in, so we're going to have a small break
Small break.
to take it all in.
Water break.
Yeah.
Fucking
Meanwhile,
water
we'll
break.
have a
I
clip
don't need a water break.
So,
Get the back to work.
Grab some water.
What are you
hydrate.
talking about? I need a
We'll
break.
come back through the announcements. So in 10 minutes, everyone, 10 minutes. The Edania trailer.
Here's your
Yep.
fucking break right
Prepare,
here.
chat. We're
See you
about
in
to
10
step
minutes.
in. See you very soon.
All right, let's talk about these pussies. All right, we're gonna bang through this. We're gonna do this one at a time. We're gonna do this one at a time. Hey, yo, careful. I said right here is this in my bottle. 10-minute crash out. Here we go. Okay. Quality of life changes. Overall, kind of a W. Overall, kind of a W. All right. Like, I don't know. I didn't see any quality of life changes I thought were necessarily bad. There were some like overly complicated systems, like the buff shit for life skilling. No one's using that but veteran stuff. The journals change with the questing and shit. Absolutely giga. I am really upset that I wasted all my time, but you know what? It's better that new adventurers don't have to do all that questing, just like Kat said earlier. The RuneScape guy that came in, like he said, he was like, bro, it's killing my soul. I don't want to do it anymore. It's terrible. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Mute the music. Okay. Is that better? Is that better? Here, I'll turn it all the way down for my, so I don't have to listen to it too. Blue Battlefield. This, I'll be honest. You want my real take on this? This shit's gonna be ass. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I know that the sailors are super excited about this, but like, let's be honest. If you sailed on the ocean, you know how buggy the ocean content is. It's total ass. I don't understand why they literally said they were going to do it, then said, no, we can't do it. It's not possible with our client. We were like, okay, Sag, but we moved on. Now we're bringing it back again. We can't even make normal Node Wars work. We've barely got 7 guilds for normal Node Wars. And now you're going to have the Blue Battlefield at the same time as Node Wars with them too. What the are we talking about? Like, I understand that it's not the same like player base, but like I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot less sailors than there are PvPers. It's not even a question. Okay, so like I don't think there's enough like people to make a Node War for Blue Battlefield even work. I don't think there's enough people to make it work. We'll see, but I sincerely don't think there's enough people. Number one, and number two, I think there's just too many bugs. I do. I think there's just way too many bugs that to make Blue Battlefield actually worth it. Now let's talk about the treasure hunting change because we were split on this. I will tell you right now. So what they've done, guys, my understanding of the system that they explained is that they said once you grind for a holy shit, who is that? Anyway, okay, those are men. Nobody cares. My understanding is that you will grind at a spot for like, I don't know, an hour or two and be able to unlock Agris for that spot, basically. They're beatboxers. That's awesome. You'll be able to unlock like basically Agris for that treasure zone. Then you'll be able to go to any zone in the world and grind there and flip on that zone's Agris and be able to obtain the treasure item from that zone. just by grinding anywhere else in the world, but only for like a certain amount of time, kind of like Agris. I do not like this because I think it defeats the purpose of treasure hunting. I think the whole, now all treasure hunting is going to be is get the knowledge and then just go grind anywhere. Just go back to your normal grind thing. I do not like that. I think it's shitty. I think that it literally defeats the purpose of treasure hunting altogether. I think that the entire purpose that treasure hunters really like is they like to go out there and they like to go grind for something that's like really rare and get that drop at that special place, and then move on to the next place and then finally craft their item. I think that it takes the specialty out of it if you're just grinding Darkseeker's Retreat for like 1,000 hours and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have my 8th compass. Okay. Whatever. Blue, you don't get it. What do I not understand? Like, I straight up, like, am I wrong about how the system is work? I know a lot of people are going to hail this as a win. People are going to be like, that's so amazing. I don't have to grind Paddocks, or I don't have to grind Olins, or I don't have to grind this or that. I think it's going to devalue all the treasure items. I think it's going to devalue all the treasure items. They said the drop rate was even lower. Doesn't matter. You can get it anywhere in the world now. Just keep grinding for it. Who gives a shit? What do you mean? You don't have to grind history to get your compass anymore. You go out there, you get the knowledge stuff, and then you just flip on your little Agris thing while you're at Darkseekers. And when it runs out, who gives a shit? You just keep grinding. But eventually, you'll be able to get your compass, right? And then you don't have to grind history. It's the same thing with Olins, right? Only at 300 plus AP spots. I mean, yeah, sure. What do you mean only at 300 plus AP spots? You mean like... Chat, stop trying to explain. You have to go get the Agris from the spots first to use it. Well, I said that. You have to go out there, you go grind for a few hours at that spot, you get the knowledge or whatever, and then you move on with your life. I don't like it. I'm just going to say I don't like it. I think it devalues treasure items. As a treasure hunter for a very long time myself, I don't know. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the feature, but... You know, imagine getting a merchant ring, but all you did was grind Darkseeker's Retreat. Did it feel special then, getting your merchant ring? Probably not. You have to recharge it like Agris. You have to keep going back to the spot to recharge it. If that is the case, then it's kind of dead on arrival because no one is going to do that. No. I mean, like, maybe it's like... who is gonna go back and like gas it up and then stop what they're doing and then go back to their other grind zone? It doesn't make any sense, right? So it doesn't make sense, man. No one's in the red battlefield. Imagine blue. Shut up, Vessel. Who asked you? Stupid ass. It's not wrong. Yeah, red battlefield, guys. Red battlefield is so popular. Do not listen to him. Do not listen. Red Battlefield is the most popular game mode in Black Desert Online. Super popular game mode. Absolutely insane game mode. Don't worry, it's the ball. The PvPers are seeing if they're going to get any updates. Stop. Sometimes I say funny things. Anyway. Sovereign Offhand. For those of you that didn't see, it's basically the exact same system as the normal Sovereign, but the Offhand stats are ridiculous. Here is I got the screenshot. This is what the pen, this is what Deck Sovereign looks like, by the way. This is the Fiery Kudum for comparison. To put this side by side, 33. Okay, oh, I'll put it over here so you guys can see it. And then I'll move this over like this. Okay. Okay, 33 to 35 against 57 to 59. It's 25 DP to 29. So honestly, the DP doesn't look that much different. The accuracy is crazy. Unless the DP is 78, and I'm reading this wrong. The accuracy is literally crazy. The AP difference is absolutely out of this world. The AP distance difference is nuts. You gotta have this immediately. This is gonna completely change how everyone gears in Black Desert is getting a hold of this. This is an insane gear item. That is a wild gear item. And I want to be clear, we are losing more build diversity. No Kudum and Sovereign, no Black Star and Kudum anymore. You will only have Sovereign now. Every single player on the server will own Sovereign weapons. Okay, sure. I mean, like, whatever. We knew that that was coming, though, right? We knew that that was coming. Let's see. What else was there? T11 horses. Overall, a W. I really want a dragon, though, so I don't really fucking care about this. I'll be honest with you. With the 2 playtests for dragons this year, I was really hoping they were going to introduce a dragon or at least tease it for us. We haven't seen that. That's annoying. I'm really nervous they're going to fuck up the efficiency at monster zones. I'm super nervous. Those are big changes we're talking about. We're talking about a company that can't even get a basic balance patch, right? And we're going to try to change all of the balance at the same time for every monster zone in the game. This shit's going to be a clown fiesta. It's going to be a clown fiesta. And finally, all of the PvP changes at the end that we just talked about, that's not enough. Removing resistances, changing, standardizing, or like updating all of the shit and everything, like updating all of like the algorithm and stuff for it. It's not enough. It's good. The mouse move changes help shitty players, which is overall a W change for the game. I'll be honest. I'm just going to take the hot take. It's a shit change for the game. I mean, it's a W change for the game. Shitty for really good players, but fuck the good players. Who gives a shit about them anyway? But that being said, this is not enough. They need changes to the PvP systems themselves. Open world PvP, large scale PvP, like how guilds are formed and why we're getting together for PvP. All of that needs to be addressed. We didn't address any of it. I'm hoping that we see it in this second half of the ball here. This should be the second half of the ball here now. I can't hear it. You guys hear it? I don't hear it. Oh my god.
점점 더 고조되어가는 빛의 진원국이 숙명의 대결 앞에 어리석은 나를 마주하고.
That's a hot weapon. That's kind of making me a little hard. I'm not gonna lie.
숭고한 신앙 앞에 의심하는
Oh,
나를
the wings! Oh my god! The wings? That looked like a Dark Souls boss. Did you guys see that shit? Oh my god, me, mommy. That was hot.
미지의 지식 앞에 확신하는 나를 마주하니 기억하라. 짐은 이 모든 파멸의 끝에서 그대를 기다리겠노라.
Not the smoothest transition we've seen.
Welcome back from the break, chat. I hope everyone was excited with that little trailer.
And that looked like Edania in the video. So let's go right into chapter 4.
Looks sick as fuck. That looks so cool. The angel.
Here we go. Done.
Are we ready for chapter 4?
I don't think that was the new class, guys.
We're going to look at the new region, Edania.
I think that was like a boss.
Since it's a place filled with new challenges, we've given it a pretty grand title, Transcending All Limits.
Yeah, okay. You also said that there would be unrestrained PvP on your hardcore server.
You might remember the strait you cross to reach Hakoven Island. Edania is the continent that stretches above these cliffs. In the story of Black Desert, this region is occasionally mentioned under the name Iliali. Back in 2020, when the Hashashin was first introduced, we caught our first glimpse of its silhouette in the trailer.
Northeast of Valencia, guys.
The Hashashins who guarded the doors of Iliali appear as main NPCs in Edania. These heroes have battled monsters at the world's edge, waging a solitary war that goes unseen and unrecognized. As we shared last year, Edania is planned to be released in parts 1 and 2. you can see the full map of Edania on the screen. The upcoming Part 1 will take place on the left side of the continent, and Part 2 on the right.
Oh, good. Part 1 and 2 again.
At the southwestern tip of Edania, you'll find Hakinje Sanctuary, your new base camp.
It looks like a penis.
This town offers services such as a blacksmith and a stable. To the right of the town are the castles of Edana. You can see Jordine's Etherian Castle, Enslar's Orbiter Castle, and Khafre's Zephyros Castle,
Yeah, it's above Shikatu.
which were teased during the last ball. Today, we're also introducing 2 castles for the first time. Rashalka's Nymphomare Castle and Kashin's Tenebram Castle. Yes, it's Jordine yet again, and Khafre's well known thanks to Khafre stones and Altar of Blood. Enslar and Kashin probably sound familiar, so those who played Valkyrie and Sorceress, but I don't think many of you would have heard of Rashalka. Back on May 21st, we dropped a few hints about Rashalka through the Sea Crystal item and the special story quest. We've been gradually building up to reveal the story of the Merfolk, the race of Corsair's mother, and you'll discover even more intriguing stories connected to these characters in Edania. Part 1 of Edania features 5 castles and monster zones in this way. In terms of difficulty, the order is Jordine, Rashalka, Kashin, Enslar, then Khafre's. For the final boss of Part 1, Khafre's will be waiting for you. We're also preparing several castles for Part 2. To give just one spoiler, we're building a massive castle at the northern edge of Edania. The lord of this castle is the Black Dragon, Mark Thanon, whom you met in the Mountain of Eternal Winter.
Oh yeah,
we
wait,
hope
I know that guy.
you look forward to Edania Part 2, coming in the near future. As Edania marks the culmination of Black Desert's first 10 years, we've paid close attention to every detail, from the background to the stories of each character. We took extra care in selecting the bosses adventurers would encounter in Edania. Because we believe these moments when you encounter legendary beings you've only heard about during the story, or only met through their voices are important.
Are they going to be raised?
So that when you finally stand before the ultimate boss of this world, it will feel truly meaningful and convincing.
Are they all dungeons?
Through this journey of overcoming her, the story will naturally lead into the next 10 years of Black Desert. With this in mind, the characters we introduced earlier,
why is it always
the
Jordine?
apostle of the Ionian Church, the world's largest religion, Kashian, connected to the true nature of the Black
That's
Spirit,
just the base Sork
your
with no
adventuring
changes.
partner, Jordine, and Khafre's, both closely tied to the power of darkness,
Hey, go back to
and
Carson.
Rashalka, the queen of the mermaids,
That's
Corsair's
just
blood,
the Corsair.
whose story has remained
That's
untold
just the
until
fucking
now,
default
have been
Corsair with the
chosen as
hat on.
bosses of Edania Part 1. As you confront these bosses, you'll gain a clear understanding of the key lore elements scattered throughout the story so far, and know exactly
Sork
who you
has
must
bigger
face
boobs than the
in Part
default
2
Sork does.
of Edania, the finale of Black Desert's first act, and why you must defeat her. I'm sure many of you are so curious about the story in Edania. I can imagine some of the questions you might have, like, so, is this finally the end? Are we really going to take down Alezra this time? But this time, Edania will be truly different.
Did we just kill her?
We've carefully prepared a story that will make you say it was worth the wait, and the loose ends that need to be tied up with the fully resolved in Part 1.
What do you mean there's more
And Part
fucking
2
Alezra?
will leave you excited for the next chapter of the adventure. We've also put a lot of effort in the main quest line. With plenty of cutscenes and cinematic moments, we hope you enjoyed the story as you look back on your journey so far. For Edania's main questline, you'll need to have completed the final Gladios quest to proceed. Previously, you could only start the next quest with the character who completed the previous one, which was inconvenient for many of you. This time, as long as you've completed the final Gladios, you can start Edania main quest with any character in your family, so you can enjoy the story with the class you want. That wraps up the overview of what's to come. Now, Lancer will take over and share the details with you.
Let me introduce the monster zones, bosses, and loot you'll find in Edania. First, the monster zones in Edania are similar to existing ones, but with some differences. Monsters are loyal to each castle zone will be played around the castle. You'll battle these monsters as you would in the other monster zones, and battle against the lords, as known as the bosses, will take place within their castle. The castle with the lowest difficulty is Jordan's Atarian castle, which requires 350 AP and 437 DP. Since it's a monster zone at the beginning of Edania, we didn't want to set requirements too high. At first glance, the AP and DP requirements for the first region might seem a bit high, but since we are preparing many new updates alongside Edania, we expect adventurers will be able to enter monster zones sooner than you might think. As mentioned earlier, the first monster zone and the boss fight against Jordan will have the requirements that most adventurers can meet, but the bosses that follow will have significantly higher AP and DP requirements. The AP requirements for later castles go from 360, 365, 370 and up to 380, and DP requirements will also rise steadily up to 460. You might think the DP requirements are a bit too high, but I will explain this further later when I introduce a new item. As mentioned earlier, the difficulties of these monster zones are designed with incremental levels. They are divided to provide a clear sense of progress, and this design will continue naturally. Not only into Part 1, but Part 2 as well. Each monster zone and boss will feature a new mechanic and variety of combat, which I'm sure many of you are eager to learn more about. So today we prepared a video showcasing a battle with the new boss. Let's watch the video before I explain.
Alright, moment of silence for my wallet. Oh god, this one looks so hot. Dude, her wings are so cool. Oh my god, it's a Valkyrie. Oh my god, it's a Valkyrie with wings. Bro, this warrior sucks. What, they have a dev do this? He's just standing and block like a... Bro, block, dumbass. Holy mommy mermaid. Holy shit. That Lake Fonda's jacking off to that tonight.
Okay, nice.
Hey.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Alright.
I need more DP definitely.
I didn't really get to see
There will
very
be a
much
total of
there,
5
but
bosses in
okay.
Edania, and you'll be only able to take one boss per week.
It'll be ready
To
in
make up for this,
2028.
we made
That's
it
what
so
that
that
means.
the higher the difficulty, better the loot you'll receive. Since this is weekly content and we don't want to make it overly challenging, and because this is another major boss update following Ataraxion and Black Shrine, we didn't want to overwhelm adventurers. So just one boss a week is all you need to focus on.
일주일에 딱 한 마리만 처치하면 되도록 설계했습니다. 그래서 이제 다음으로는 에다니아에서 얻을 수
I know
있는
like a lot of people are worried about APTP.
Now let's
We'll
move on
explain.
the loot that you can earn in Edania. First, new artifact and
just
lightstone
ran
items will
over
be
Enclave.
added. These aren't entirely new items though.
얻을 전리품을 기존의 유물
With the new loot you gather defeating monsters in Edania, you'll be able to reform your existing artifacts, like Decky artifacts, to craft entirely new ones. You can also create new lightstones by combining existing ones with the new materials. Let me show you an example of a new artifact and lightstone. Let's take a look at the screen.
인도하는 데키아의 유물입니다.
Okay.
Those are only PvP artifacts. Who cares?
기존 데키아 유물보다 모든 공격력이 6
Who gives
추가가
a shit?
되었습니다.
This is Dekia's Visionary Artifact. Compared to the regular Dekia's Artifact, this one gives an additional all AP plus 6. Here, we have the Amplified Lightstone of Fire.
So how am I getting
It
a
grants
380
additional
sheet,
extra
big
damage
man?
to species plus 2.
How are we
Then,
doing that?
the regular Lightstone of the Fire Fallen. Also, if the Lightstones are the same type, like Lightstone of Fire Fallen and Amplified Lightstone of Fire Fallen, they're still combined according to usual rules and provide the same combination effects as before. In Edania, we're also introducing a new monster type, Edanian monsters. As the name suggests, the monsters you'll encounter here will be classified as Edanian monsters, and we're adding a new extra damage to Edanian monster stat. New crystals items will also have this new stat. Earlier, we mentioned the extra damage to species will no longer contribute to breaking through the max AP limit. That said, the AP requirements now playing a much bigger role in entering high-tier monster zones. If this extra damage to Edanian monsters will be crucial to stat for adventurers. We're adding new crystal items for Edania. From low-tier monster zones, you can obtain the Crystal of Dusky Oblivion, and from high-tier monster zones, the Crystal of Dusky Ruin. Both come with extra damage to Edanian monsters, to be sure to make the most of them and take on higher-tier monster zones. We're also introducing a new life crystal, the Crystal of Breathing Verdure. Think of this as upgraded versions that combine the effects of both the life skill crystal of vital life crystal and the vital crystal. It provides both life EXP and life skill mastery buffs. So, you no longer have to switch between crystals for different setups. These can be crafted using materials gathered from new life skill resources in Edania.
Okay, sure.
And please note, we're also working on making it possible to upgrade existing Dawn crystals. Now let's talk about Alchemy, with the introduction of extra damage to Edanian monsters, new elixirs drafts, and 2 new perfume recipes will be added. Okay, I've got it. As you can see on the screen, new elixirs will be available. Also, with PvP-related perfumes like the Perfume of Courage and Perfume of Deep Sea in high demand lately, we're planning to add new, high-quality perfume recipes in Edania as well. The new perfumes can be crafted with materials from Edania.
Did he just say they were
and you
PvP
can also
perfumes?
use existing perfumes as ingredients.
Homie, we use those for
For those
PvE
who've
now.
been
This game
crafting the
doesn't have
existing
PvP in it,
perfumes,
dumbass.
You've probably continued making them in older regions, even after new areas were added.
That's used for the
Now,
mobs.
existing perfumes can be used as ingredients for the new ones.
Nobody's
and the
using
new
that shit in
perfumes can also
PvP.
be crafted in Edania. Hopefully, this gives you more flexibility and crafting options. There are also 2 more things we'd like to introduce: Primordial Fragment and Gem of the Primordial. These are essential materials for crafting the Sovereign Sub-Weapon. As we mentioned earlier, you'll be able to use existing items to craft the Sovereign Sub-Weapon in a variety of ways. Adventurers aiming for the fast advancements towards high-tier zones in Edania can utilize pre-existing materials, while adventurers who want to steady progress from the start of Edania can use these materials and aim for Sovereign Sub-Weapons. Please do note that crafting the Sub-Weapon with the Gem of Primordial will take longer than other routes mentioned. 1,000 primordial fragments are required to craft the Gem of Primordial, which will be used to craft the Sovereign Sub-Weapon. Fragments will be obtainable through multiple sources, including weekly bosses, monster zones, main quests, and weekly quests. For instance, when you finish the main quest line, you are guaranteed to obtain 100 primordial fragments per family.
Okay, that's the 10th of it.
If you guys think anything is confusing, we'll have the recap on the website and our SNS as well. Please make sure to check it out.
We have
We're gonna get
Next
fucking
up,
3
we
of
have
them per
the main
maneuver.
spoils from Edania, but first, a video.
I'm tired of videos. Is that the new class? Holy alpha. Oh my god, that's an alpha male. Holy shit. Please tell me that's an outfit that we can buy. Holy alpha. Please tell me you can grind for it in game.
What you just saw. Wait for it. There's clappies first. The clappies. I need to pause. What you just saw is the new primordial grade defense gear, Edana's defense gear.
Let's go.
As the next tier after Slumbering Origin defense gear, the new Edana's defense gear, especially the gloves and shoes, features a unique design that combines both damage reduction and evasion, much like how the Sovereign Sub-Weapon was designed as a blend of Nuva and Kuta. Right now, Slumbering Origin defense gears players faces challenges.
God damn
Similar
it!
to what the new Debrecker accessories, enhancing Tet to Pen was set to be extremely difficult, and with no alternate methods,
We're
pushing your
combining
DP
DR and
higher was a
evasion?
major struggle. With
What?
Edana's defense gear, we want to take a similar approach to last year's Sovereign weapons and Charizard accessories, but since we also revealed the Sovereign sub-weapon today, releasing all 4 defense gear pieces at once might be overwhelming. So, for Edana's defense gear, we've simplified the crafting process, but limited how often you can obtain the required enhancement materials. This helps prevent players from skipping multiple enhancement levels simply by having enough resources. If that sounds familiar, it's because I've said something similar when we first introduced Sovereign weapons. This time, I'm not going to repeat the same mistake. To craft Edana's defense gear, you combine your existing Tet Slumbering Origin defense gear with 1 fragment of Edana. You can get a fragment of Edana immediately after defeating a boss in Edania. So, if you already have Tet Slumbering Origin defense gear, you can start crafting it immediately.
The hamster wheel
However,
continues. Oh
enhancing
God!
to Edana's defense gear requires a special material called Edana's Black Stone, which is crafted using fragment of Edana. Since you can only defeat 1 boss and earn 1 fragment of Edana per week, enhancing your gear to Edana's defense gear will take a very long time. If you already have Tet Slumbering Origin defense gear,
we'll time
you can
gate
craft
it. That
and
works
enhance
so
each
well
piece
for Lost
gradually.
Ark. What designed this shit?
If you're still working
What are we
towards
talking
it,
about?
you can gather fragments of Edana by defeating Edania's bosses ahead
and
of
then
time and
making
plan
the
accordingly.
enhancement rate
Currently,
like
a few
0.
players managed to overcome the challenge of
joke. Well,
obtained
that
10
kills it.
Slumbering Origin
GG.
defense gear. As of June 23rd,
Once a week.
across all regions, 77 adventurers own at least 1 pen Slumbering Origin defense gear, with a total of 99 pieces. Since these players have conquered such a difficult feat, they'll be recognized accordingly. Okay. Anyone who already owns Pen Slumbering Origin defense gear can immediately convert it to Oct Edana's defense gear. As I mentioned earlier, because upgrading Edana's defense gear all the way to Oct will take a significant amount of time. You'll be ahead of other adventurers in the world for that time.
How much money is an obliterating fallen god going
As
to
for the
cost me?
enhancement difficulty, the success rate from Tet to Pen
How much
is
is gonna cost
14.87%
chat?
with 240 stacks, and from Sept to Oct,
'Cause it's
it's
your money.
4.99% with 310 stacks. The ancient anvil system will also be applied, which we set to 30 Agris Essence for Oct. Please keep in mind, we've set a lower difficulty and the ancient anvil attempts compared to sovereign weapons in consideration of limitations in material
So
acquisition.
fucking considerate. Fuck you. 1
There's
enhancement
something
stone
else to
a
share
week?
about the design of Edana's defense gear. As the best defense gear that will exist in the game, it features an unparalleled design worthy of its name. Since the equipment is based on the world of Edania, it carries a dark and intense aura. With a design that radiates primordial power, we've also prepared exclusive
really
visual
bad.
effects
It's not
that
good.
will be unlocked at Pen and Oct. We plan to continue this approach in future designs,
I'll talk about it
enhancing
after.
adventurers' immersion for the unique gears obtained
I don't
in-game.
mind how
On
it
the other
looks.
hand,
The
we plan to
design,
keep designing outfits with a
getting the
variety of
stones being
concepts.
time gated is
Not that
very
we're going
bad.
to only focus on modern outfits.
Very bad.
We simply will continue trying out designs, even if it strays a bit from Black Desert's lore, as long as you enjoy them. So please, continue to support us.
No.
And there are some of you that's been eager to get some cool gears in-game, right? So if you collect all 4 of Edana's defense gear, we'll give you an outfit set identical to the gear. You can use it on your main or give it to an alt.
What? Oh, it'll look at the main gear, okay.
And this is for you to enjoy its
Pen Fallen God?
design
No, you
by
didn't.
itself.
이번에
That's pretty
에다나
awesome.
신발이 이제 피감 회피가 통합되고
What, 115,
I got a little
116?
sidetracked, but let's get back to the main topic.
I gotta
this
fucking
time,
grind
I like to talk more about the
fucking
stats. As we mentioned
20
earlier, damage
attempts,
reduction and evasion
20
are
weeks to
combined
get
in Dana's
1
gloves and
DP at a
shoes.
time?
And likewise for Nuva and Kutum stats of sovereign weapons, sub-weapons.
Oh,
This
thank
increases the
God!
overall
On the
stats,
last one, you
especially
get
damage
2!
reduction and
Oh, I
evasion.
was worried
So
for a
more
second.
offensive power is
What
needed
the
for the
fuck?
balance. There are two major changes. First, AP of sovereign main and awakening weapons will be increased. They will gain an extra AP +1 at Pen, Hex, and Sept, for a total of +3 AP. Additionally,
Wait, what?
reforming your sovereign weapon will grant another +3 AP. That's a total of 6 AP. With
What?
these changes, a reformed Oct sovereign weapon will go from 146 AP to 152 AP. There's something extra you need to do. If you already own it, it will be applied immediately without patch.
Okay, +6 gear score.
But there's something about
Easy.
that that's odd, right?
Back to
You
fishing,
can't upgrade
boys.
sovereign main weapons at
Anyways.
the moment. So with this patch, we're adding sovereign main weapon reform as well.
네, 개량된 이 주무기 역시
Reformed 798 easy.
sovereign main weapon will receive the AP +3 bonus. And to help balance the increased evasion, they'll gain an additional +50 accuracy. Oh, and please note that the main weapon upgrade for the sovereign weapon only. But for the upgrade, you need a Garmoth's Heart, which isn't easy to get.
Yeah. Make that rarer. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be
So,
just as easy to get as Bell's Heart.
With this patch, on July 9th, we'll give every adventurer one Garmoth's Heart, more precisely an inverted Heart of Garmoth that cannot be traded, as I mentioned earlier.
What?
You really happy faces there.
Sorry, as I mentioned earlier, the original plan was to introduce the AP increase per enhancement level for sovereign weapon and the main weapon upgrade alongside Edania, but we will be giving it out early with the update of July 9th. So, you can enjoy the boosted AP right after the ball. That said, the +50
crazy.
accuracy might feel a
My
bit too
gear score is
significant.
insane.
At
You're
the
all
moment, so we hope
worthless.
for your
I'm
understanding and
selling my
patience on
extra
that part.
Garmoth.
If you
I
already
don't give
have
a
2
fuck.
Garmoth Hearts, you can use it on your main weapon right away.
Wait, no, I'm
If
putting
you
on my
don't have
Nuva.
any yet, you can start working towards whichever one you prefer first. That concludes
No, just rip
my
the old one
explanation.
out. Put the
stats
non-sellable
for
one
Edana's
in.
defense gear have been set with both PvE and PvP in mind, as well as the future direction of the game. We'll stay focused until the end to avoid any major issue and ensure
Yeah,
everything
need
is
your Nuva? Fuck you.
smoothly integrated into the world over time without causing chaos. See, chat, we're getting our extra stats
I need
ready
this.
for Edania.
Let's go.
You were worried, but let's
I
go.
am worried. I'm extremely
Finally, I would
worried.
like to introduce
Where's
a new
the
PvP
PvP?
content, the
Oh.
highlight of the Edania update.
PvP.
It was
Okay.
briefly mentioned last year, and it's Edana's throne. As explained before, each castle in Edania is ruled by its own lord, who serves as the boss. Adventurer who challenge and conquer the castle first can become the new lord and rule its dominion as an Edana. By becoming an Edana, you will sit on the throne with immense power. Those attending the ball in person probably saw a throne on this very stage under a spotlight before the update reveal began. That is actually one of the Edana's thrones you will see inside Kafros Zephyros castle. Being an Edana means being the absolute ruler. The path to throne isn't easy, and even after becoming an Edana, you must defend your lordship from challengers.
Guys, I'm gonna need more money. I gotta pay to win some
To
more.
become Edana, you must first defeat the boss. By doing so, you will be deemed worthy and gain the right to join Battle of Edanas, held at set time each week. However, not everyone can participate. Only 10 selected adventurers will be battling. For example, if there are 100 worthy adventurers, the 7 of the highest combined AP and DP are selected, and 3 adventurers are chosen at random from the remaining 93. The 10 chosen adventurers will get a designated day and time and place to fight. There are no rules, and the only last standing adventurer becomes the Edana. This battle takes place in instance area, and it's not broadcasted anywhere. The Edana will have a week to enjoy their lordship, and a new adventurer will be chosen through the same process after a week.
We're fucked.
The chosen adventurer becomes the
to
challenger and will duel the defending Edana,
Go to
and
sleep.
with the victor becoming the new Edana.
It's so cooked.
Edanas must accept this challenge every week, and if they are absent or lose the duel,
We make
they will
content
lose
for
their
10
lord.
fucking people.
There isn't a separate Edana for each server.
Each
Across
week,
all servers,
10 people.
one adventurer which 5 master zones is designated as Edana. Edanas gain an immense amount of power. First, you will receive an exclusive crown,
Oh,
uniquely
thank
designed
God.
to match the theme of each castle.
A
Wearing
CRONS
this crown
stone.
allows you to use world chat and server chat without consuming a megaphone or energy.
Oh, thank God. So you can say.
A crown icon will be
As much as
displayed
you want.
next to your character's name and your family name in chat. Then, the taxes. Each monster zone in Edania comes with Marnie's realm. Unlike before, you must purchase a pass to access this realm. A portion of this revenue from this will go directly to Edana. Also, Edanas do not have cooldown when switching servers near their castle or any death penalties. This also applies the same way even if you
That's
attack
cool.
other adventurers first. You will
we
truly be an
once a
absolute
week.
ruler. Edanas could die, try to kill someone, and get killed instead. Still, nothing is going to happen because of no death penalty benefits. Just keep in mind, this benefit only applies near the castle they rule.
Guys, this is content
Lastly, Edanas can
for the
bestow a
top
blessing.
0.1%
When an
of
Edana
players.
blesses, all adventurers
And it's only
subjugating
10 of
near
them.
their castle gains the item drop rate plus 100% buff for 2 hours.
Okay.
The blessings stake this buff up to 400% instead of 300, making it very valuable.
Anyway,
But
so
it
when
can
is
be used
Chrono
10
Odyssey
times
coming
over the
out?
1 week of your rule.
Oh, that's you're actually like
The Lord.
Lord, you
Fix that
micromanage
fucking
the
game.
Demon Lord.
That is it on the powers of Edana. To give an example to you, really feel its strength as an Edana, you could server hop freely and go around disciplining adventurers who are using Master Zone instead of paying taxes. Or, if a guildmate or friend wants to PvE outside of the Marnie realm, but all spots are taken, you could grant them access by clearing a spot yourself.
Oh boy.
Asking, please, I can grind here.
Please.
Every aspect
But you could just
of the
do that
Monster Zone
normally
is
in the
controlled by
world.
Edana.
That's just like
Now I
normal
know
open
this
world
might
PvP.
cast Edanas
That's not
in a
even a
bad light.
cool feature.
I also
That's just
think
what
it's
we
important
had
for them
before, but you took
to
it
use
away
this
from us.
blessing wisely and keep
What the f are we even
balanced.
talking about?
같은 길드 단위가 아니라 개인이 한성의 성주로서 최강자의 자리에 오르는
Okay.
것을 좀 목표로 삼는
This Edana's throne is a whole new kind of PvP content. We are trying, unlike previous
You invade
content
Marnie
that
realms.
focused
Oh, I
around
get it.
guilds. This system is built around individuals, becoming the sole ruler of a region. Naturally, only a limited number of people will be able to enjoy it right away. But since that one person's influence spans across all servers, we hope this content becomes more than just a competition. We want it to feel like a true RPG experience, where adventurers
It's an
interact and
MMO,
influence each
fat
other.
ass!
We'll do our best to make sure everything is thoroughly prepared and polished.
에다니아에 대해서 소개를 드렸는데요. 무언가 여러분들
That concludes our introduction to Edania. What do you think about it, chat? What do we think?
오랜만에 등장하는
Son of a bitch!
Since the first new region in a while based on Black Desert's
Bro, it's
lore after Land of the
one-person
Morning
content.
Light, I hope
One.
many of you are excited
That
for
was
what's to come.
cooked.
I'm sure the release date is what you're most curious about.
콘솔과 중국 서버를 제외한
Edania
번역에
will be updated on
8.6?
August 6th for all regions except for console and Chinese server. Throughout July, we'll roll out
console,
major
am I right?
patches including
God,
balance
they're such
adjustments and a
losers.
full rework of monster zones.
Console.
Once those are completed, we'll make sure everything continues smoothly in Edania update in August. We're putting it our utmost effort. So please, continue to support us. Thank you.
Just watching this.
That's
네 번째
Global
that's
chat.
a lot. I think we could.
Nice.
I'm telling you, bro.
다시 한번 두 분께 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Here's a round of applause for our two
They're
presenters.
분께도 다시 한번 감사의
They're
말씀드립니다.
tanking.
God, I love Wansu. I do. Wait, is that it?
A lot of announcements today.
I love Wansu. I do. That content sucked.
About Edania.
Yeah.
Like,
That
I
sucked.
think when our MC is talking about how he used to imagine beating up bad guys
Oh yeah.
At a place like a demon castle, as a
That
kid,
could have been so much
being a
better.
hero. And for him, those kind of nostalgic memories made this Edania update all the more exciting for him.
우리가 하나씩 성장해 나가면서 그 즐거움을 맡게
He
하셨으면
hopes that turns out great.
생각이 듭니다. 그런데요.
And the MC is asking if he can always be invited back every year, not just this year, but every year, as he really enjoys seeing our adventures.
Just don't give us Jay back. Honestly,
this isn't the end. There's still something we mentioned at the start that we have to come back to. It's I think it's finally time for the new class.
Everyone?
All right.
Everyone.
This is all we have left.
Meet the 30th class of Black
PvP
Desert
was so cooked.
Wukong.
It is Wukong.
I think a lot of people
called it.
Kind of know already.
Okay, Swaggy Panda's back.
Male class.
He's playing the shit out of it.
I think people
He's
will
hot.
guess.
So
Yeah.
a lot of I think our host has mentioned how he's always loved Journey to the West and Dragon Ball. And Wukong related contents have been really popular lately. But still, he thinks many were surprised to hear that the Monkey King is coming to Black Desert. So how did Wukong end up in the world of Black Desert? That's the question.
The new class, Wukong, began development in August 2020 under the concept of Asura, inspired by Ashura and Rakshasa. And then in April 26, 2022, it was released as Shinsei on the Chinese server of Black Desert Mobile, even before BDO. And now today, we're excited to present the new class with its official name, Wukong.
It's Musa, but like with lawn and shit.
Right, Xingxie. You've probably seen him on the Chinese mobile server already, but his look has changed a bit, and he has a new haircut. I think he definitely looks a bit more handsome than before.
We changed it, we swear to God. We didn't just copy-paste it.
Was revealed
it's important
earlier,
that you believe
some
that.
of you might not find it as fresh as expected. While Wukong shares some similarity to Xingxie on Black Desert Mobile, we've made extensive adjustments to optimize the experience for PC players.
Please don't
We'll dive
copyright.
into the details soon and showcase his skills in the combat trailer.
All right, everybody ready?
So excited.
Chris Polly on the edge of his seat, waiting for this fucking trailer. Chris Polly is ready to go.
Wukong, isn't
He's
Wukong
gonna
a
have
monkey
that
in
video
the
up
Journey of the
in
West?
fucking
So
8
some
minutes.
people thought Wukong would also be in the shape of a monkey. Yeah. But it turns out he's just a human. And after all the introduction of Edania,
We
the
said that about
connection to it
Striker
seems a bit
too. We
kind
saw how
of
that turned out.
weak. So we're very curious about Wukong's background.
Well, we'll get to Edania in just a moment. But Wukong
What do you mean,
is
just
set
a moment?
as a descendant of the son Wukong from Journey to the West. So
I
Wukong
know,
in Black
Derpy.
Desert is 100% human, but has an extraordinary energy hidden within him. And just like his ancestor,
just always posts
Wukong
he
is
posts
fated
the
to
class
be
trailer.
a special woman.
Pound for pound. Wait, what?
We all know Lan.
Fuck you!
The
Lon is
details
single.
of their
She's
ties
dating
and what
me.
story unfolds from their encounter will be revealed through the
Look at
story
those legs.
quests. After Wukong's release, I hope you all look forward to it.
So
I think we can all look
Don't
forward to the
look at
story.
my woman. Well, my
without
woman's a
further ado,
DK, but other people's woman.
Let's look at the combat, which is, I think, what most adventurers are looking forward to.
Yeah. Show us his moves.
Show us his moves.
Let's go.
All right, Chris Polly on the clock. How quickly can he get the trailer out? Here we go. Gahas? You showcased it at Gahas? That's the only spot that developers know where to grind. So. Wait. I don't really like it very much. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. Okay, that's. I don't like the color. I don't like the color. I mean, okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yep. Okay, that's the 200 for sure, though. So it's useless, right? That was pretty cool. But, like... Okay.
Damn. Did you see that?
I didn't like the color scheme.
But for the clones,
there's like something like that was a lot. Like he was so like intense. But
God. You compare that to Deadeye, guys. Compare that to
a general
Deadeye.
sense of how the class plays, but he used a different weapon than a power pole.
I thought that was just a step down, in my opinion.
But what was it?
As Wukong's descendant, the new class does use the power pole as his main weapon. He also has an awakening weapon called Jade Pillar. Unlike his extendable pole, the Jade Pillar is
I have
all
an
about
extendable
growing
pole
larger.
too.
Attacks with the pillar are also much more destructive. Since the two weapons transition smoothly, Wukong is designed as a flexible Ascension class that naturally alternates between both weapons.
It's like Scholar. No succession and awakening.
And the class looks really fast, so but what are his key features?
The basic combat style with the power pole is all about fast, concise combos. Rather than explaining, let me show you directly.
Chris Polly had this in his video yesterday. Chris was guessing about... Oh, he's got a grab. Grab spotted.
Wow, so fast.
Chris Polly guesses about everything. I don't believe anything he says anymore.
As you just saw, while the attack range isn't huge, Wukong excels at chaining quick attacks into long combos. He can also use Dao energy stored in his
That looked a
gourd
little
bottle
better, yeah.
to
I
tap
agreed.
into power of his ancestors. This unleashes the Fighting Buddha state.
I don't know, he seems like
When the
Musa,
gourd bottle
you know?
is full, you can
It's like
activate
Musa
Fighting
with different
Buddha
animations,
and fight
you know?
in this state. And the
Like
Fighting
Awakening
Buddha,
Musa.
Wukong achieves enlightenment and can fully unleash the power poles through strength. Again, it's better to show
It's like
than
Musa
tell.
with a
So
grab,
let's
you know?
watch a
Like,
skill combo
in
video
different color
of the
skills.
Fighting Buddha.
Way better AoE. Holy shit, that AoE is crazy. Bro, that AoE is insane.
네, 함께 보신 것처럼 제천 대성 모드가 되면
What do you think? As you
Yeah,
saw,
it does remind me of
once you
Dosa, yeah.
enter Fighting
Little bit.
Buddha state, your power pole starts to stretch, increasing your
Jesus.
attack range and
He's
letting
gonna be
you
a
land
great
big,
PvE grinder.
satisfying attacks.
Guaranteed
And
he's low
if you pay
APM.
close attention, when you land
Look at
hits
those
with your
skills.
extended power pole, your next
Super
skill
low
will
APM.
instantly close the distance to the target. So as long as you keep hitting, you'll naturally move towards enemies, instead of standing still, allowing for continuous combat. Also, while in the Buddha state, shadows appear to help you in battle. They are not quite like Maegu's illusory doubles, but more like Striker's Echo Spirit in nature,
Oh, good.
as they assist you in combat.
More clones.
The Fighting Buddha state isn't one of ultimate. You can maintain it as long as you like. You just need to keep absorbing Dao energy from enemies with your gourd bottle now and then. While the attack range increases and shadow appears in this state, your combo speed will decrease compared to basic combat mode. And since some people might have missed it, here's a separate video of Wukong atop at Flying Nimbus. Let's take a look.
이것도 한 번 더 보시면 좋을 것 같아서 따로 영상 준비해봤습니다.
Nimbus.
This is really cool.
The cloud looks like ass.
That explains the video chasing Lan.
That is way better than Lon.
Oh, he's chilling.
Lon can fly further, but it's way
I think,
slower.
like the Nimbus really speaks
This guy's
to
gonna
like
be
Wukong's
ass
unique
in
style.
large-scale PvP.
Looks really cool.
Total ass. Thank God
Yeah,
no one
to
does
sum
that
things
anymore.
up, As you've seen, the new Wukong class features a
Excessively good.
fast-paced, combo-heavy combat style.
This is going to be S tier.
The signature fighting Buddha
S-tier
state
flanker.
lets you pull off some exhilarating moves.
S tier
And
flanker.
with the flying Nimbus,
He will be one of the
you'll have
best classes
mobility
in the
you
game
need
for large scale
when you need
PvP.
That said, what players call Pog mobility is a bit of weak point.
Did
Short
he
dashes
just say
aren't
Pog
his
mobility?
strong suit. However, Wukong does have a grab skill, so in PvP, you can keep your distance. Wait for your opponent
He just said
to make a
Pog,
move,
right?
then punish them with a solid counter. That's another way to approach combat with this class.
I think we can thank them all for that
Oh.
explanation. Well, we can't say it's
That's
totally
awesome.
new and fresh, but it's definitely a class we can look forward to.
It's going to be hard to see him coming from a
Absolutely,
long
we
way away.
worked hard on this, so I hope everyone is excited.
I'm sure it's going to be a solid class. It's going to be,
I think all this sounds
honestly,
great, but when is it
fucking
releasing?
crazy good class.
I think you
I can
know
already
how
tell.
we do things here. Maybe you
It's
should
tomorrow.
make the announcement.
All right.
This patch.
Everyone, the new Wukong class launches next week.
Yep.
It's coming July 2nd.
Shocked, really.
We hope you're
All
as
right,
excited
any
as we
new
are.
players?
Let's go.
Time for marketing.
Y'all getting 10 bills for free? I just need you to hit 650 gear score. I need a mentee. Okay? Lock it.
Also, after the ball, you can try out the new Wukong class on the Black Desert Global Lab starting today. Hope you enjoy checking out in advance, as the console release schedule for Wukong will be announced separately.
And before we move on to the next topic, I think Jess
Thanks
has
for
something
paying
before
us for your
that.
Just a
character
moment.
slot,
We've
by
mentioned
the way.
Edania moments ago, right? And so, well,
What could it be?
we'd like to share.
Wait, what?
What could it be?
We'd like to share something, maybe, possibly, who knows? One of our upcoming concepts with you today.
New node
Let's show
warrior?
it right
Wait, what is
now.
that?
What could this be?
I wonder what that is, chat.
What is that? Jack?
It's an outfit for PvP. It's an outfit for PvP is what it looks like. It's the Calpheon symbol behind her.
지금 보시는 캐릭터는 저희 내부 개발명 세이비어고요.
It could just be Valkyrie.
named Savior.
여성 기사.
As you
Wait,
can see,
what?
이 캐릭터
she is a female knight who wields a two-handed greatsword.
Who is this?
Some of you might already have guessed her vibe from her character design and the dev name.
That's my main
We're creating a
class!
character for all those adventurers who dream of a female two-handed greatsword class, while Dracania portrays a dragoon wielding a Zweihander. Savior's weapon resembles a
Wukong who?
claymore, and as you can see from his size, should be closer to a female version of Awakening Warrior.
Step on me.
Yes.
I've also been maining this class since the dawn
It's
of
a
time.
great sword class,
Fuck you, I've been
everyone.
maining it since 400 BC, pussy.
That's my tag.
Tagging and switching
Monkey and
between.
Savior, that's it.
신규 캐릭터가
Today we focused on introducing the Edania content, but the new class we revealed, Wukong, doesn't really tie in with Edania. We know a lot of adventurers were hoping for a new class that fits with Edania. Savior is the class that fits Edania both narratively
Then why
and in
would-
design. We'll do our best to present the best version of this class.
That looks sick.
I think
I don't
that
know how it's any
question
different than
is-
Dracania, but that looks sick.
When
I'm gonna
she-
play.
When is she
I
coming
have a
out?
thing for blondes.
Well,
Wait, what?
Nox,
Yeah.
we have not yet finalized her release date, but we're planning to
The
sync
Calpheon
her
ball.
release with Edania Part
Let's go.
2.
The Calpheon ball.
Please look forward to it.
Can't wait.
As
I think we can all say that sounds great. And I don't think we were waiting for such a new class, like another new class actually.
Yeah, many of them
These
thought
are
it's an
And
update.
today we've
Master.
made this journey with our adventures.
Masterful
Major
baiters.
Stone Chamber, all the way to Edania.
I've never
and we
seen.
also
I mean,
took
this is
with
the
new
best baiter
classes.
I've ever seen.
But usually we move on to talk about
Honestly.
summer events and outfits, right?
Oh
So
Jesus!
but before we get, there's one more announcement apparently.
네, 비키
Ah.
좀만 이따 말씀드릴게요.
So what could it be?
네, 제가 지난
Okay.
연애
Well,
때 이 PVP 모험가
at the last ball,
예우와
Oh.
명예
He said
I said
PvP.
we'd shine more of a spotlight on the honor and achievements of PvP players and truly recognize the weight of their efforts.
What PvP, dumbass?
So, when the PvP related updates for July are more or less wrapped up,
대회요?
will be hosting a tournament
이것도 일단 영상
to
준비했어요.
decide
보고
the strongest of each class.
Tournament?
Let's watch
Oh,
the video.
best in class. Oh God, Death Grip just got. Oh God. No boy. Oh, the CM team's pissed. Wait, is this only for Korea? Please tell me it's only for Korea and the rest of us are just edged so hard. The master baiters themselves. Last time it was only SEA. Why isn't it an X? We all have deck armor now.
Yeah.
Is it time to cook?
Is this V?
Yes.
So instead of fixing the PvP systems, you're giving us a tournament that no one is going to participate in
This
because no one is playing.
is our
Honestly, I might
class
be able to win.
championship, the Masterclass. It's a tournament to crown
Hold
the
up.
best of each class.
So
I'm gonna dominate this shit.
class championship,
Yeah.
and there's this pen symbol in the middle.
Right.
What does that mean?
I should just shoutcast it.
That's pen indeed. We do have higher enhancement levels now up to deck, but in Black Desert, Praedio Tri-Tep pen is iconic. And
Shut up,
pen
Zao.
is the V. It's the symbol of strength. That's why we put pen right in the
Fuck you,
center.
Essence.
That makes sense.
I'd win.
And,
Yeah.
so how will we crown the top adventurers for each class then?
I don't see Shy
And can
featured
you
here.
tell us more about the format?
Sure. For example, Warriors will go up against other Warriors, Rangers versus Rangers, which will be 1v1 matches within the same class.
DKs are
until
just gonna
only
start
one
out.
remains,
There goes
the
Cedar
champion.
Kata. Okay, he's dead.
Out of the 29 classes in our game, we will pick the best, the master, for each one. And with today's reveal of Wukong, that's now 30 classes altogether going forward. The class championship will live on under the name Masterclass, while 2v2 and 3v3 battles will continue in Arena of Arsha as usual.
So what are the requirements?
Since this is about finding the strongest of each class, entries will be accepted by class. However, not just anyone can enter. True to its name, only adventurers in the top 5% for gear score is in their class will qualify for Masterclass. And since the actual gear score will vary depending on when the tournament is held, we'll give you specific details as we accept signups. So, sum up eligibility is restricted by gear score, but the tournament will use designated equipment instead of everyone's own gear. Please keep that in mind.
So you need to be top 5% of your gear score in your class to enter, but the actual tournament, everyone uses the same gear, and I think that's pretty reasonable.
No, it's not. Wait, the gear is standardized, but you have to be in the top 5% to get in?
Every time we
That's
run
pay
an
to win
official
as fuck.
tournament, this is a real dilemma. Conditions should be fair, but in
I got 10 more
MMORPG, gear is part of a
$1,000.
player's skill, right? We've always
That's the
wrestled with
dog
that,
shit
and
format.
we've got
That's
a
so
lot
bad.
of feedback on it too.
That's so bad.
But since the tournament is about deciding the very best of each class, we felt you should show both top skill and top gear. So these are the rules we've settled on.
There should be a capped format and an uncapped format. Like last time. Like last time. Just like last time.
But does this
I should just host my own
there's
tournament.
5%? That means the participants will probably differ based on each class.
Yes, as you said.
Jesus Christ.
Participation will likely vary by class, and some classes may have less competition. But
If
as
you want
long as
something
the
done
rules
right-
are clear, we still believe it's meaningful to crown a master, regardless of how many players compete. Oh, and we did consider splitting Succession and Awakening, but in the end, we decided against it. That would have
Because
meant managing
fuck
over
Novas.
50 classes, which would be too much to handle.
Anyway.
So for now, we'll stick to the tournament per class. And if the top 5% rule ends up creating big gaps in participation, we'll stay flexible and make
Bro,
adjustments
what a
as needed.
shit format for a tournament. What are we talking about?
I mean, it makes sense.
These are
like-
just like guidelines for now,
Yeah.
not strict rules.
네, 뭐
But I think we're also
Armin,
curious about
does Armin have $10,000 to
rewards.
get into the top 5% for ninjas?
Well,
Can
I
he
think
even
we should
participate
watch
in his own
a
tournament?
video first.
뭐가 주어집니까?
네, 이게
Soon.
중요한데요. 영상 먼저 보시겠습니다.
Now,
I think he's going to want to shoutcast it, let's be honest. He's all they have to shoutcast. Unless I apply for partner again. What?
It's a griffin. That's... And they're actually riding on it.
Woo, what?
Yes, that's
So,
right.
Do the winners really get to ride it?
No, that's right. The winner of each class in the Masterclass tournament will receive an exclusive new mount,
What?
the Griffin. Only Masterclass winners can
I'm
ride
swiping.
it, and they'll
Guys,
get to
chat,
use
I need
it for
everybody
a
to
full
subscribe
year.
right now.
Everyone will know you're the best of your class.
You can
by
literally
just seeing
fly
it.
around
It's
on a
top-tier
fucking
mount
Griffin.
with standout performance.
All I gotta do
So
is be in the
please
top
look forward to
5%.
it.
Nobody plays Dark Knight. I'm good,
That's
guys.
a
really
I'm
good
in.
concept.
I
Pretty
win
crazy
automatically.
badge of honor, I think.
I think
Literally
so.
no one plays
Ultimate flex.
DK.
It's not,
Just
it's
drop
not about
in.
linking item. It's about
In Edania,
parking in with Griffin.
with a Griffin, just like, oh, bro, it's yours.
What a
I'm out
shit
to-
format.
Collecting
What are
taxes.
we talking about?
With your griffins.
What the is that?
So exactly alongside the Griffin, we're preparing additional rewards like special titles, and if possible, we'd like to invite the winners to attend our next ball in person.
Oh, in-person invite as well.
Yeah.
So invitations to the next ball. So like it's like, oh, you're
Do they get a plus
Come on
one?
over.
Please.
That's gonna be
All
a
I need is
lot.
that they get a
Yeah.
plus one.
But they are the
Let
best
them have a
inventors in
plus
both
one.
gear
Just
and
give me
skill, and
one
they
plus
deserve
one.
invitations, I think.
I'll show you. Oh man.
So yeah.
I'm rerolling
when
DK. I'll
exactly is this
fucking destroy
actually?
you.
We're going to give it a bit more time before
They
kicking
have
it
to
off.
invite me
We've
if
shared
I
the
win.
rules and rewards today, but the tournament itself is planned
it.
for fall.
I'll just play
Likely around
Scholar.
September
Nobody
or
plays that
October.
class anyway.
We've got major PvP updates coming
I'll
in
enter on
July,
Corsair.
and Edania launching in August. So this schedule gives everyone time to enjoy those and get ready. Don't worry, we'll share the official dates in a future notice.
And this tournament isn't just in one region, right?
Of course, each region will host its own tournament, so there will be 30 masters crowned in every region.
Okay, so it is in every
But if
region.
there's 30 masters crowned in each region,
This is cooked.
couldn't like,
Dude,
couldn't maybe
we are
someday we'll
wasting
see a showdown
half an
between
hour
each region's 30
talking
masters?
about this
The
tournament
world's,
when we could
strongest?
just
That
fix
does really
the
sound like a
fucking
lot
game.
of fun. We'd have to see if it's actually
your
doable. But
PvP.
if the day ever comes, we'd be just as thrilled.
Masters of Masters.
Masters
Bro.
of Masters.
Masters of
The
Masters.
fact that we're not getting any node war changes, no open
Global.
world
And I
changes,
think
nothing.
that wraps up the master class tournament announcement.
We're
If you're interested, it's time to start preparing.
Yeah.
Black Desert, I think we've held a lot of PvP
You guys let me know if you want me to
tournaments before,
shoutcast that
but I
on
do
my.
think this one is
do my own
on a
production for
whole
it, or-
other level. Like, to everyone watching, if you're skilled and confident to take on the challenge, this is your chance. This is your
Or
chance.
participate. I could participate. I could
I
just
think
play
it's also
shy.
time
That
to
class
move on to
is
the next
easy.
reveal. I think it's time for some cool summer news.
Oh yeah. Actually, last winter we introduced new content like the snowboard. But this time, I'm sorry to say, we weren't able to prepare a brand new summer event. I know we are just as disappointed. Still, we'll be making the most of existing areas like Thermion and the Sea Palace to host our
I
seasonal
guess I'll
events.
just have to keep fishing. Oh well.
It is, I think, a bit of a letdown, but understandable, I think.
Please get to the node war changes.
But in
Surely
return,
you
I
did not
think
skip
there is one thing we
PvP
all really
altogether.
want, and it has to be good, or else I think everyone's going to be a riot.
Yep.
So let's show them. Let's show them what it
PvP.
is.
Yep. No
Yes.
way. We don't talk about PvP at
I
all.
know
Are we
exactly
kidding
what
me?
you mean. Now it's time to reveal what everyone's been waiting for.
I
the new
cannot
summer
believe
outfits.
we're gonna do
Let's start with
rewards.
the video.
Oh god, the summer outfits. Oh god. Jesus. Y'all did looking emote to the shy freaks. What the? It's just another bikini. What the do I even care? Oh god, they're jean shorts. Unzipped jean shorts? Are you kidding me? Did you see? Her buckle's undone. What
Everyone,
the
was this year's summer outfit. Summer Getaway. It features a beach robe, hot pants, and a bikini.
Last year's was Badaka, and that one was a big hit, but I think this one also will be just as popular.
Oh my god, we were worried the male outfits were too revealing.
A lot of adventurers shared how happy they were with it. So our art team really gave it their all for this year's design as well. Last year we had the Papu and Korea themed sets with lots of customization. This time the bikini
Why are you
is the base.
showcasing the
And you
bikini
can
with
mix
A
and match
cups?
with other pieces
What are we
to suit
talking
your own
about?
style.
The hair looks brand new. It's pretty fresh and stylish, and there are multiple design options.
That's right. Male classes can go shirtless for a more laid-back beach look.
I thought that was
for
too
Shai,
revealing.
we've brought out her signature cuteness.
I gotta go.
All right, everyone, remember, this is a limited time release, only available this summer. Don't miss it.
Guys, it's the same fucking bikini bullshit they sell every year.
There's more.
There's
We got
more.
How much
another
is it?
summer outfit coming.
One more?
Don't judge me.
Yes, let's take a look at the video.
Oh my, it's shameless. So shameless. What the Stop, bro. Stop, bro. You gotta be kidding me, bro. That shit's crazy, bro. That's insane, bro. That's crazy. The golden snitch? What's the term of it? I should have just said America on the hat. Why would you put the glare on her ass? What are we doing? It's just the termine of it again. Just Mysteries of Summer would be great. We should just do Mysteries of Summer. That guy's on his phone.
So,
He's not even watching.
There are
He
two
doesn't even
outfits
give a
this year,
shit.
two summer outfits.
Exactly. The second
Shameless.
summer exclusive outfit with a sporty
Shameless.
rash guard concept is called Ocean Spray. Snowboard in the winter, duck fins in the summer.
The
We
snowboard was
put
cooler.
a lot of
This is
details
shit.
into props for this outfit. For female classes, you get
Details?
goggles,
She's got a ball cap
caps,
on.
and also both one-piece and two-piece versions.
Where's my
Shoes
super
include
soaker?
adorable duck fins and sandals. So you can mix and match for your perfect summer look. For male
She's wearing
classes, you have shorts
feet?
and
What?
long leggings to choose from. As for Shai, she gets a big water gun on her back
Okay.
and Croc-style
If
shoes
you don't
for
wear
that extra
the
dose
duck
of
feet,
fitness.
you are actually dead to me. If you put on the heels,
This
you're a
outfit is
communist
great
heathen.
on its own, but what makes it extra special is that it also includes Black Desert's very first ball cap. Personally, I love it so much. I hope you all have fun styling in
I got
your
a
own
ball
way.
cap for you. Put this in the game.
처음 좀 제작한 거기 때문에 아마 기존 의상들은 잘 믹스 매치해가지고 입으시면 좋겠습니다. 네, 잘
So, yes, as Nox said,
아니 뭐 비키니
I think
it's a different
Yeah,
style.
it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
There's two
I'd
different
buy
like,
it.
costumes for the
Think I
different.
won't.
이게 사람
So,
좀 취향이
Chat, you've seen both styles. Which do you like better?
I better get some duck feet with some
One or two,
thick ass
chat.
Ranger thighs on God.
I think
Although
I've
there's
seen
no
My
big
DK's
summer
legs
event,
better
there's
be
two
fucking
outfits, guys.
absolutely framed. Like sculpted
a lot
marble.
of comments after the videos.
다음 주 7월 2일부터
The summer getaway outfit will be available from July 2nd to August 27th,
This is
while the
fucking
Ocean Spray will be
shameless.
available from July
This is
30th.
insane.
의상까지 만나보았습니다.
And I think that wraps up this year's new summer
Please talk
outfits.
about
And with
PvP.
that, we've reached the end of all the updates we've had for you today.
No!
앞에 나가서 한번 이야기를
Okay.
나눠보겠습니다.
Let's
We're getting close to the end, chat.
let's stand up.
Which
and
means
What are we
It's that
talking
time.
about,
It's
bro?
that part
It's
of the
coming.
show, chat.
So
They
from the
haven't
ancient stone
changed any
chamber to
PvP. Where's
Edania,
the
there's quite storm of
PvP,
announcements
bro?
today.
오늘의
Look
소식들을
Now
at
let's
this
take a
shit.
moment
Look at the
to,
fucking chat, bro.
look at summary and have a look through all of them.
가운데 딱 에다니아가 박혀 있고요. 군항 보조목이 보이고요.
They don't
At the
listen to
center,
anyone, man.
There's like the
What the?
Yeah, here's all like the
timeline.
dates and
So you can
stuff
see
that
how
we're gonna get.
Edania August 6th,
Bro, what are we
July
even
30th, you can
talking
see
about?
our outfits,
대한 이야기도
Yeah.
많은 분들이 좋아해 주셨습니다.
so
master
We're
class tournaments.
fucked.
You can see everything on screen.
Dine-Arduanatt.
This is just business as usual.
August
No
13th.
fucking PvP changes. We're not even extending node war time to 2 hours like you've all been asking for. Fuck it, let's spend half an hour talking about the MasterCard tournament we've been planning.
I think people were very surprised.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I was completely clueless.
Oh, the first thing I said to Nox was like
completely clueless.
Honestly, like the transition's so like it's pretty crazy. Like,
but I think I will say Dine-Arduanatt-Doom.
Our MC is now using that pun of Wansu's name again to make sure Wansu
just give me my fucking free shit. I'm actually pissed. I'm actually so mad right now.
Absolutely.
Okay. But it's not over yet, I think.
No.
Yeah, we need to.
It's almost over.
There's one more thing.
It's the time.
It's the time.
It's the time.
Just give me my free shit, man.
While it might not be as extravagant as last year's 10th anniversary ball, we've prepared a variety of useful items.
You're scaling back the rewards
so
too?
I revealed them all.
Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? We're not even getting the rewards as good as last year.
Apparently, rather than like extravagance, it's just amount apparently.
For this year's ball, we prepared items useful for everyone.
Hold on. 1 second.
It better be CRONS stones. Everyone needs CRONS stones. Wansu.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So all of them revealed.
No one fucking cares. Okay, well wait.
I see like a divisive box plus
An
300.
RNG rolly box? Are you kidding
hammers. I see 10,000 next to those CRONS stones.
Are you
Box
joking?
is a choice out of the Sovereign Hammer or the Charizard Hammer.
Yes.
10,000.
Primordial Hammer.
Yeah.
10,000 CRONS.
So for this year's ball, they prepared
we have 7
useful items useful for everyone. That's like focus. There isn't anything crazy, but they're really generous in amount. The idea is
There isn't anything
show you guys
crazy.
a lot.
Yeah.
And this time we do have Advice of Axe plus 300 and 7 hammers. That's kind of the...
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So
You're
we hope,
giving us
wish
7
everyone luck.
fucking hammers?
That's a
You
lot
let
of
me
hammers.
spend a fucking stupid amount of money? Fuck
Yeah.
that. A amount of money on my fucking gloves and then give me 7
But
hammers?
today we just like
You
all at once.
Wansu?
I
Fuck
think that's
you.
the name of the
God
coupon, right?
damn
The
it.
coupon code on top.
Holy
Journey
shit.
begins.
I am...
Think
Holy
slowly
fuck. I have
brings us to
nothing
an
to
end
use
to
the
all our
hammers on.
announcements at Heidel Ball 2025. I think before we wrap up.
Yeah.
I think our 2 presenters would like to share a few final words with our adventurers.
Okay.
So first, Wansu.
Oh, you gonna promise us PvP? Wait, that's Wansu?
Okay, so we put a lot of effort
thought the
into
other one
preparing
was
this ball
Wansu.
and hope you enjoyed it. There's so much I'd like to say, but I believe the updates speak for themselves. We'll keep working hard until the next Calphian ball. As always, thank you for your continued
Who's
support,
the other guy?
adventurers.
And Jessup.
And Jessup as well.
Thank you for listening to all what we had to share today. With the Edania update, we addressed some long-standing issues and shared the future direction of the game.
That's not
We prepared
Wansu!
truly, but still can't help but wonder if this is what you hope for. And if we manage to satisfy you even little, honestly, I'm both
Okay, yeah,
curious
we
and
gotta
bit
come up with a
anxious.
new name for this guy.
As you all know, we release weekly patches
We'll
with
call
also
him
planning for long-term. Today's
Medium
announcements
J.
are just one part of that bigger picture. These plans are made months, sometimes even years ahead. So there's always some...
wait. Oh, there's something more? There's something more? One more? You think you're sad? What? Did you just say another 10,000 CRONS stones?
Really?
Oh,
What?
Okay.
He's like, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, Jessup, I know you're doing your
let's go.
final speech, but here's another 10k
He's like, I need
CRONS
to show you up a bit.
I know you're doing your final speech, but here's another 10k. Carry on, please continue.
So,
Giving everyone
there's-
60 billion
Oh my god! Like, I
silver.
think none of us even knew. Like the MC is like flabbergasted. Like what do you mean you're 10,000? Like
That's
what are you doing?
fucking
10k
insane.
times 2, 20k.
Well, Anshu is just like I need to be the
EU
I need
math,
to
by
have
the
the final
way.
word.
Jessica hasn't even finished like doing his speech. He was in his moment.
I'll talk about it at the end.
In my moment as well.
Guys, we're gonna have a hell of a ball wrap up today.
Now for reals. I think
Post
it's
ball
time to
clarity
end
is
actually
gonna
for
hit
reals now.
different guys.
Yeah, today we've gone through a lot of so many updates, announcements, and it's time to truly wrap up. We've gone through Edania, the Master Class tournament. Yeah, chat. Let us know what stood out to you most.
Yeah.
And we hope you know that at the heart of every journey, you've always been there. You're the true hero of Black Desert Adventures. And thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you at the next ball. But yeah, thank you so much. Your support means a lot. And
Good luck to everyone who is going to enhance today.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. Chat, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you have 20k cron stones, but don't forget the hammers. Like, think about how many cron
the
stones you get
hammers
for the
that I can
hammers
use
on
all of
whatever
my gear on.
That's
The
a
hammers that
lot.
are so
That's
useful.
insane.
Such useful
Only
fucking
got 4
hammers.
hammers? There was more than 4
No,
hammers.
7 hammers.
Some of them,
Useful
okay,
fucking
if you're
hammers.
using the coupon chat,
all right, it's time. I think we're.
if you're using a coupon, it's so basically there are some stuff that isn't going to be like
there's
not
some
everything
stuff
that was
is
shown.
login rewards.
Yeah,
separate.
some of it's login rewards.
Yeah, so separate.
So the things that you saw on the right hand side were
Just check
mostly,
out our website notice.
Yeah, but
You'll
go
see
check
there.
out our website notice.
Why
Don't
wouldn't you
forget
just
to check the
explain it
recap as
to
well
us? What
on
the fuck?
social media or website.
Yeah.
And make sure to share us your thoughts. And yeah, thank you.
Oh,
that wraps up our stream.
I will
But
be shortly.
chat, let us know what you all think, what you're all looking forward to most.
Oh,
We're so excited to
boy.
hear from you guys what you're looking forward to most. And thank you very much for joining in. We hope we did a good job explaining clearly
If
to you guys what
want
is coming
the
up in the future
Mr.
of Black Desert.
Positivity
Thank
take,
you all
you
so
need to go to
much. We'll see you
Prime
soon.
stream
Have
right
fun with
now.
Wukong on the
Because
global
you are
level.
not
Have
about
fun
to be
with
happy
Wukong
with
next
what the
week,
I'm about to
and
say.
enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye from all of us.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
You better get on to somebody who's getting paid by these to say something good, because I am not being paid. Armin trying to 07 like a million times. He's trying to get that raid. Armin trying to pick up that 13k raid. Okay. Let's talk about this of a disaster. Look, I'm all for being Mr. Positivity. But I'm going to be honest. Let's just, let's talk about the ball. We're doing post-ball clarity. All right. Now for my take. Guys, that was a dumpster fire. That was a disaster. Now, I'm going to be honest. That was a complete disaster. There were a lot of W's at the start. All of the quality of life changes. W. Didn't address any problems that the player base had been talking about for the last 6 fucking months to a year. We didn't even bring up. Do you guys remember the guild tag shit from last year? Anybody remember this shit? Hold up. This is the 2024 ball. Oh, the guild trait reward system? What the This was like 30 minutes last year we talked about this shit with the guild tags and shit. Where is this? We didn't even get an update on this. Okay, anyway. All right, I'm gonna go through each thing one at a time. I'm gonna explain why I'm kind of upset. And by kind of upset, I mean like pretty upset. All right, so the quality of life changes. Obviously, like I said, that was the W part of the ball. Unironically, that was the best part of the entire ball. Not having new players have to do like the journals and all of the other questing bullshit and the other quality of life stuff that they generally mentioned. Really good. Really good. Oh, can we talk for a moment about how console didn't get mentioned a single time? They just got their big update. We're expecting them to get a bunch of content because they have the next gen update, and instead, the console got a record-breaking low level of mention. Literally record-breaking low. Like at the last ball, they got 2.5 minutes. We thought that was low. Jay said, hold on, I could put that bar a little lower. It's like we're playing limbo over here. It's like Jay's limbo. Literally crazy. Blue Battlefield. This is going to be a disaster. I'm a sailor. I'm a boater. I have 2 carracks. Both of them have blue gear on them. I've been sailing a long time. No, I'm not the most advanced sailor. I'm not going to pretend to be. And I'll let the most advanced sailors probably back up my point on this. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Boat PvP is way too laggy. There's no way. It's laggy. It's buggy. It's a mess. Half the time, you can't even tell who the you're shooting at. You get like there's the boat's invisible, whatever. Like, it's just a mess. I cannot believe that they said they were going to do Blue Battlefield, then canceled Blue Battlefield, and then literally brought it back and said, what are we going to do with Blue Battlefield again? Like, what, guys, just let it die. We were okay with you. We understood. We were like, okay, we're moving on. And then you bring it back, and even worse, you make it like your shit Node War system. Because that was so successful. What the f are we talking about? Like, bro, are we serious? Holy shit. I mean, like, I'm a sailor. I'm gonna try it. But, like, I also don't think that the player base is there for Blue Battlefield. I don't. They said they're gonna run Blue Battlefield every day of the week? Bro, how many sailors do you think there are? What are we talking about? Dude, there's no way it's gonna be BDO Navy winning 7 times. There's not enough people that care about boat content. It does look fun for once a week, baby. Don't be so pessimistic. I'm being realistic. There's a difference. I said the quality of life changes overall were a super W. Don't tell me I'm being pessimistic. I'm giving a fair shake. That's what people are here for. The honest take about how this shit went. Okay? The quality of life changes were pretty much all a W. They were great. Blue Battlefield, it has potential to be really good, assuming they fix all the bugs with boat content. I'm going to try it. I'm going to showcase it on my channel. Watch me. We'll give it a go. I'll even shot call for it. I'll be yelling at my other guild members rowing below deck like they're slaves. It's going to be great. It's going to be cinema. I still think the content's going to be DOA, but we'll see. Now, moving on to the treasure hunting change. I'm just going to say it. I don't like this. I said it before. I'll say it again. I know that a lot of people, this is going to be a super split thing for the community overall. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, thank God I don't have to grind Olins anymore. Thank God I don't have to grind at history all the time anymore. Thank God I don't have to grind at all these places. Essentially what they're doing is you have to go to the grind zone, guys. My understanding is you have to go to the grind zone and you have to unlock like the knowledge for that grind zone. And then you can stack up Agris over time with those. And they said it accumulates like Agris. And then you can flip it on at any grind zone in the world and just grind for that treasure item at any grind zone in the world, is my understanding. I think that this is a terrible change for treasure hunting. I understand a lot of people are going to like this because now they're not chained to Histria. They're not changed to Olins. They're not changed to Paddocks. But I'll be honest with you, I think that takes a lot of the exploration out of the game. I think it takes a lot of the sense of discovery out of the game and that sense of like treasure hunting that people really liked before. As somebody that has treasure hunting, like had treasure hunted a lot in the past, I do not like that kind of a feature being added to the game in almost any aspect. I think that you should have to go grind those grind zones in order to go get those things, right? Like for history, it should be like, yo, how many hours did you spend at Histria? You know what I mean? Some people are saying, now to be clear, some people are saying that you have to go gas up the charges. Like you grind there for like an hour and then you grind, you get like 20k Agris for it. And then you can go somewhere else and then deplete that Agris. But then you have to go back to the grind zone again to charge it up. And I would say that again, that's shit design, shit content. No one, that's not going to be fun. It's not going to be super great. You still have to grind there though. Yeah, but only for a little while. It's completely different, right? Completely different. I'm listening to other streams and they're praising BDO. Why do you think that there's 5,000 people here right now? Because the other streamers are being paid to say that. They're all partnered. I'm not partnered. This shirt is old. I'm not partnered. I'm not being paid. I'm just giving my honest take about this. Now, you can be on the fence about this. You can say that this is a good change. We can disagree on this, chat. It's okay. If you like this, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with liking the treasure hunting change. I'm saying I don't like it. I understand why you would like this change. As a treasure hunter, I can see the appeal. I'm going to use the feature 100% for Olins. Fuck Olins. I'm just going to grind somewhere else, or Zekia, whatever. That shit. Right? And it's okay to have that opinion. Okay? Especially for this. This is a controversial one. Sovereign Offhand. We knew all of this was happening. We knew that Sovereign Offhand was coming. What we did not realize was this right here. Bro, what the 59 AP? Guys, to put this in perspective, this has 35. 24 AP difference. 24. Okay? That's crazy. That is literally nuts. Okay? I think that's fine. Yeah, it's Nuver plus Kudum. Yeah, I think that's fine. The only thing that they think they took the L on here is the fact that now we have even less build diversity than we did before. Whereas before, we had Nuver and Kudum. Now, we don't even have that. And they're talking about combining... They said something about combining like evasion and DR too. Like, what the fuck are we doing? We're going the wrong way. MMOs want build diversity. MMO players like build diversity, okay? Like, I don't know why you keep taking this away. Like, you think that, like, the simplicity is, like, better for veteran adventurers. That's not a good thing. Overall, though, Sovereign Offhand, totally fine. Whatever. Don't care. Sure, we're losing a little build diversity. It's, like, whatever anyway. Like, not too many people were using Nuver anyway. Okay. The game is so bad. Well, it's not... The game's not bad, but the ball was bad. Okay. All right, the teasing the tag characters. I don't know why you would even do this. I don't know why the company would literally show like, hey guys, look at this thing that we're working on. And we're like, holy shit, you can tag without a loading screen? Yeah, you're never gonna get this. Yeah, this is still in early development. It could be 3 years. Have fun. What the hell is that? Man, they're edgelords. Now, to their credit, I do think that the presets, I'll put the presets in here. Presets coming in August. Finally. Assuming that they deliver on everything that presets were supposed to deliver us, massive W. Assuming the presets do what they said that they were going to do last year. Like, we're able to switch between PvE and PvP presets, like, instantly, like, on the fly in the open world. That could be big. That's a W. That's a big W. And it will help encourage players to interact with each other more. Because right now, I don't know about you guys, when I'm grinding, I don't want to PvP. Mainly because somebody comes and PvPs me, I don't want to swap out all of my consumables, my gear, my crystal preset, my skill preset, and all the other stupid shit that I gotta do in order to fight this guy, only to have him swap servers. That's annoying. So, assuming that we do get that in August, that's a huge win. That was a W part of the ball. That was good, right? I'm gonna constantly talk about how the game is bad, but when called, you always try to play both sides like you're actually appreciating the game, but you constantly fuel toxicity in this game. So your name is Toon J. I'm assuming that you're a Jaehee Kim alt account. I want you to please understand that your ridiculous take that I'm constantly negative about the game when I was positive about this, negative about this, negative about this, positive and negative about this. This, I was just frustrated that they teased us. This, I've been overall very positive about. This, I'm about to be very positive about. Just because I'm being negative about certain aspects of the ball and giving it a fair take does not mean that I'm being overwhelmingly toxic. The idea that you're being toxic by stating your opinion, by literally just stating facts, basic facts about how the ball went, is pathetic. And you need to go to another community who is paid to say nice things about this game, because you are in the wrong place. Get the f*** out of my chat. Moving on. T11 horses. This was really good. This was really good. So another really good thing that they had at the ball. I like the quality of life change where like the Krogdalo Sanctuary comes together. You don't have to swap between the horses. That's a huge W change for the game. I think it's a really good quality of life change for the people that have all the T10 horses. It's only content for the top like 5% of, or probably 20% of adventurers that have T10 horses, like all the T10s, but like it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I think that's a win though. I think overall it's a win. I will say the only L that we took on the T11 horses is the fact that everyone started calling it the dad horse because Dine-Arduanatt-Doom. Guys, I'm not riding dad into Node Wars. Okay, I don't want to ride dad to all of my content. Dad has already ridden me enough in my life. Anyway, efficiency at monster zones. This could be a really good... Not sexually. No. I meant like, riding me like a horse. Okay, anyway, forget it. It's what the damage is done. Efficiency at monster zones. This could be a really good thing for the game, assuming they don't f it up. Assuming they don't f up the monster zone shit, I think it's going to be an overall positive thing for the game. I am, however, nervous that they're going to f this up. Okay, like. They're talking about adding like 5 AP. I mean, they're talking about some wild changes here, guys. Like plus 5 AP for every sheet AP that you have beyond 310. That's insane. That's massive, right? And then also, I will tell you this. I actually think the only part of this I heard that was a massive L, in my opinion, is that they're making all monster zones, to my knowledge, this is what I heard. They're making all monster zones so that if you're below the recommended AP for that monster zone, you basically can't do that monster zone. I think that that is incredibly against the spirit of their open world sandbox MMO. I think that encouraging adventurers to punch up and try to be like, and try to grind monster zones that maybe they might not be ready for, but they're willing to risk it to get the biscuit is part of a sandbox MMO experience, in my opinion. I can't tell you how many ninjas have come into my chat going, yeah, I can do Gif and Raza with 0 DP on, like some big dick shit, you know what I mean? Big dick shit. I did Orzekia with 765 gear score, right? I won't be able to do that anymore. That sucks. Now I'm 791 now or whatever. But that kind of sucks, Is the second 10k crowns part of daily rewards? They said it was, yeah. But either way, I think the overall efficiency at Monster Zone's speech was pretty good. I was pretty positive reception on it, except for that one thing. I did not like that. PvP changes. Here's the shit part. Removing resistances, changing the algorithm, and doing all of those things they did for PvP are overall very positive changes for the game. Even removing mouse move. Berserkers are going to be really upset about it. Succession Witch and Wizards are going to be really upset about it. And a few other classes and whatnot. But like overall, I'll be honest with you, it helps take down a little bit of the complexity of PvP and just the game in general so that new players can approach it more reasonably. The only people that were really using mouse move were like really top-end PvPers for the most part, right? Like really top-end PvPers were solid at mouse moving, and it kind of made it an unfair advantage, right? So I think it'll make PvP a little bit better for everybody. It'll make a forward guard actually be a forward guard, and you don't have choice like spinning his berserker around like a fidget spinner, like keeping it like no matter where you go, he's constantly in front of you. Like it's cancer. It's cancer. So I do think that it will be better for PvP overall. I think it is a W change. Okay. I do think removing resistances and the algorithm stuff, all that stuff they talked about are all very, very good changes. Do you know what I didn't like about this section? How short it was. I did not like that we have been constantly complaining about how terrible, like the state of Node Wars, the state of the PvP scene in general. Awakening Sage, even in their current AOS format, is completely out of control. We didn't even address that. We're not addressing AOS. We're not addressing Node Wars. We're not addressing small-scale PvP. We're not even going to address the fact that Guild Week was a disaster because not enough guilds participated. We're just not going to address anything. So, like, again, all of those changes that they made to PvP are only really super good if there are systems to use that PvP on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one cares about any of these PvP changes if the systems are ass. and the systems are currently ass. Like, all you had to do was extend Node Wars to 2 hours and pull alliances back to 100 instead of 150, and we would have been happy. Like, that's all you have to do, but you can't manage to do it. I just don't understand it. You didn't even give it the time of day. Anyway, this was way too short. Overall, W, what they did mention was W's, but way too short, and that was not nearly what we needed for PvP changes. I'll be honest, that was not nearly what the game needed. To scoop up all of the Throne of Liberty players, to bring back all of the old PvP players that used to play the game. Cooked. Now let's talk about Edania. Edania was also a train wreck of a disaster. I'll admit, it looks really cool. But here's the problem. It's for the top 0.1% of players. What in the holy are we talking about? Like, we're literally... Guys, I'm 791 gear score on this patch. And I can barely do the bottom end of that content. Barely. Barely. Like, that is cooked. So even if you are trying to encourage PvP in that region, it's only PvP among maybe 100 to 200 adventurers in the region. Because you've limited the content so much, there's not enough people to participate to make the PvP super fun. That's, like, I just don't understand. Like, they built all this PvP, like this, oh, you're going to be the Edania. That seems super cool. That's for one person on the server. And by the way, there's RNG that goes into it. So, like, out of 100 adventurers, there's, like, you have to be, like, you know, the 10. Like, the 7 that own the castle, and then the 3 get chosen at random or whatever the like, what the right? They make content for a few people so so people can't see how shit it is. No, that's not it. I think that, again, I think it's good that they're making endgame content for endgame players. I think that, again, they just have no idea what PvPers want. PvPers do not want RNG in their ability to become the Edania. Do you know what players want in their ability to become Edania? They want to be able to fight everybody else and prove that they're the best. Obviously. Like, obviously. It's not even remotely close. Like, I don't even understand. Anyway. Then, and this is what killed the expansion for a lot of people. The fact that they literally announced that the new Edania armor will be capped weekly content that you legitimately can only get 1 enhancement stone a week for, or close to 1 enhancement stone a week for. Time-gated bullshit is what kills MMOs. Look at Lost Ark, look at Throne of Liberty, look at any other game that does time-gated content. Bro, you're taking a game that is already super AFK, and you are literally telling them, yeah, you have to go do your chores to come in and log in. And by the way, again, I looked at the enhancement rates for the Edania armor. You're gonna do like 20 weeks of work, you're gonna get +1 DP. You get 20 stones, it's going to be a certain % chance, right? It's going to be really low. We know it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. The % chance is going to be low. Then the amount of stones you can get is heavily gated, more so than even your dark rifts are. Everybody hates the fact that the dark rifts gate their deck content for Karazhan already. No one likes that aspect of the game. Like, literally, no one likes the fact that they have to wait to get their deck Karazhan because they have to wait to do their dark rifts every week. That's shitty. And now it's going to be even worse for Edania armor. That's miserable. That's awful. And then they said it was going to be like crazy pities or whatever the hell. Yeah, with capped content, crazy pities, +1 DP at a time every like 15 to 20 weeks. That's a great, that's how you kill the game. That's for that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. They need to remove the capped aspect of the content. That's not good. It's fixable though. The bosses themselves look really cool. The castles look really cool. The atmosphere looks really cool. You know, I think Edania looks great. Like, all of that shit looks really sweet. But at the end of the day, the fact that it's capped is really shitty. The fact that the PvP for Edania is capped behind, like 10 people being able to participate out of 100. that are even like eligible is bad. The rest of us, we were all hoping for open world PvP. We were hoping for like a lawless town, a lawless zone, right? Maybe open PvP at nighttime with no karma loss. Any of that. We didn't get any of it. None of that. There was no open world PvP mention. There was no, and by the way, it's instanced 1v1 PvP. They even said the Edania PvP was going to be like instanced Marnie Realm PvP. Where like if somebody's grinding there, you're the Lord, you can swap in on them and like invade them like it's Dark Souls or some shit. Kill them and then let your friend come in and grind. Well, thanks, devs. We already had that. You know what we had? One-sided decks. Yeah, that's what we had. And it wasn't instanced. It was way better than whatever the dog shit that you just described. Okay, I'm just being honest. Okay, we already had our guilds showing up to help us lock down grind zones. That was the thing that we already had and you've taken it from us. Now you're going to try to hand it to us, but like only for the top 1% of the 1% and only in an instanced area. What are we talking about? What a joke. Wukong. I don't know, man. Compared to Deadeye and Dosa, I didn't really like how it looked. I think that I mean, like, that's just aesthetically. I didn't like the color scheme. It seemed off. It seemed off. However, it does look like, as an Ascension class, it looks like it's going to be really low APM, lots of AoE, and that I think it's going to be a great PvE grinder. I think it's going to be a phenomenal PvE grinder. I think that people will really enjoy the class. I don't think it's for me. I will try it, but I don't think it's going to be for me. Look, okay. I didn't like the color scheme. It's a male class, so, you know, whatever. Like, I'll play male classes, but it's got to be like really cool. I don't know. Just didn't really speak to me. It looked like Musa meets Lan a little bit. I don't know. It was just strange. It looked better in the non-trailer footage. It did look better in the non-trailer footage with the grab and stuff. Yeah, I agree. It did look a little bit better. And then we have this MasterCard class tournament disaster. And this is probably the worst part about the whole ball. It's soaked up like 15 minutes. It's soaked up literally like 15 minutes of our PvP content time. Let's talk about this for a second. So they said that in order to participate in this tournament, you have to be in the top 5% of your gear score for your class. And then in the tournament, your gear will be capped. So you have to pay to win. If you're a great player and you don't have the time or energy to grind for 2,000 hours between now and the tournament starts, you have to pay to win a tremendous amount in order to get into the top 5%. And then all to use capped gear in the tournament. What in the f are we talking about? And the worst part is that, I'll be honest, some of the best players, some of the most talented players in Black Desert history were some of the least geared players I'd ever seen. You talk about Belly on Succession Witch, right? You talk about, like Flannels does not have a whole lot of gear on Ranger anymore. You know, you talk about Hands on Warrior, right? Like, these players are the most gifted, most talented players we have ever seen in Black Desert history. They can't participate in this tournament. What a joke. What a joke. I mean, shit, guys. I could win the tournament. I'm right there. I guarantee I'm in the top 5%. For DKs? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. I just show up. I get third, whatever. No, even I get last. There's like 3 people in the tournament anyway. Who gives a I think it's a terrible format. I think that their previous best in class tournament, for those of you that were not around, their previous best in class tournament had an uncapped best in class, like all your gear on, that anyone could sign up for. And then they had a capped best in class that anyone could sign up for that was capped gear. Why can't we just do that again? Like, what are we talking about? Can't people just roll to DK and you might be below 5%? That's true. I'd probably play some class that nobody gives a shit about, like Corsair. Easiest win of my life. There's a very important question. Is it top 5% overall or top 5% active players? Top 5% overall. I guarantee it. There's no way to tell the difference. Oh, yeah, I could queue up for Kuno and automatically get second. Easy peasy. Like, the only redeeming part about the class tournament is that someone's going to have to shoutcast it. And thank God Armin is not... Thank God Armin is available, because there's no way he's going to be able to participate in the tournament. Because there ain't no way he's got that gear. You know what I mean? Like, that's... He's going to have to shoutcast it because he don't have enough gear to get into the tournament for Ninja. So what? Does that make him not the best ninja in the world? That's pretty crazy. That's insane. That's crazy. So, I'll answer no. All right, so that's my honest take. I'm always really excited about every Calpheon ball or every ball that we have. I was particularly excited about this one because we had a massive opportunity to pick up a lot of the players that were playing Throne of Liberty that maybe aren't playing that anymore, and we're looking at BDO as a potential option, right? Like Lost Ark did back then. You guys remember when Lost Ark had a big falling out with its player base, and then they all came over to play BDO because our ball went really well, right? Our Heidel Ball went super well. They were like, oh, we'll go play that. That was what I was hoping for here. That's exactly what I was hoping for. But no, that's not what we're going to get. Sadly, the PvP... There was no PvP changes. There was no PvP changes. We got like the resistances and the other stuff. That's all great. But they didn't change any of the systems. Every PvPer has been complaining about systems, whether it's Arena of Solaire, even Red Battlefield, or Node Wars, particularly. Open world PvP needed to be addressed. They literally talked at the Calpheon Ball. They gave us this big-ass speech about how they're going to change the direction of the game and how they're going to move toward a toward a PvP game again. Where in the was any of that at this ball? We're 6 months later. Where in the is any of that? Thoughts on the AI made waifu? Oh, true. I forgot to talk about the AI girlfriend made waifu, which I'll be honest with you was probably not on anyone's bingo card. It's pretty insane. I love it. The examples they're giving, they're like, oh yeah, you can make it like a shy, like super cute little kid, or you can make it like a berserker. I'm like, Dad, I want some honking titty ass lawn in front of me. What the? If I can't motorboat them titties, what am I here for? Like, who gives a shit? And then they're like, yo, we're going to add AI elements so that you can talk to her. What the? Why don't you just do that for my character? Talk about the Altstone changes? Oh, I didn't talk about that. I'll add that in here. Alchemy Stone changes. Super W. Super W. Nothing bad to really say. Obviously, it's going to be CRONS stones, whatever. It's just super W overall. I loved it. I love the Alchemy Stone changes. That was a big W for the ball. That was a big W. I loved it. Again, I didn't hate the ball altogether, guys. I'm giving my honest take. There were aspects of the ball that I really liked, and then there were aspects of the ball that I didn't really like. The part of the ball that I didn't like the most was what they didn't include, which was the entire community. Guys, remember, I did those pre-interviews before the ball. I was just pulling up random chatters and interviewing them. Every single chatter said they wanted some PvP changes to the game. One or another. They all wanted PvP changes to the game. The whole community wanted to see some changes, and we were all hyped up for it. We didn't get anything. And then the PvEers, they didn't get shit. What new grind zones did the PvEers see? We didn't get any new Dekia zones. We didn't get the new Ataraxian zones. We didn't get anything. There's no new dungeon. There's no raids. There's nothing. Like, what the f? We don't have 350 AP. There's literally nothing at the ball. Yeah, if you don't have at least 350 AP, you're cooked, guys. I'll be honest. What do you think about the Edania King shit? Again, I think it's really cool the way that they designed it in terms of like calling it the Edania, having a throne, having special privileges. That part is really cool. I hate everything about the system. The instance 1v1 PvP, the fact that only 100 players can do it. You have to be super omega giga geared, right? Like, I don't like any of that. I hate all of it. Like, we were all hoping for a lot. Like, bro, didn't they tease to us that they were talking about doing potentially lawless cities and stuff, and having like red stuff, or like having even just like PvP and like open world PvP in this zone, right? Didn't they literally say that they were going to have open world PvP in this zone? Like, they literally said it. And then they also said that there was going to be like lawless areas too. We didn't get any of that. We got instance like Dark Souls 1v1 PvP. It's not what people wanted. Also, where's the hardcore? Also, yeah, we talk about, like, again, PvP changes and what they didn't talk about. Do you know what would have been a really big W at this ball? If they came out and said, hey guys, we're really sorry about hardcore servers. We're going to make it available for every class in the game so that you can play every class in the game in the next season of hardcore servers. That's all people would have wanted for hardcore. That would have been great. Easiest W of your lives. Holy shit. So free. So free. Nope. We didn't even hear about what hardcore season. They didn't even mention it. It's not even on the table. What the man? At the rate that they're coming out, guys, it's 4 classes per hardcore season. We've had 1 class so far this year. 1. We're in end of June. We're almost July now. If we have 2 seasons a year, guys, God forbid you play Deadeye. You're waiting until 2030. Like, you're not getting to, you're not getting, your class isn't going to be on hardcore for the next 3 years. Like, like, what the are we talking about? So ass, bro. Hardcore had great potential as game mode. I do think that people would have really enjoyed it had they allowed everyone to play the class that they wanted. It's just that simple. Just allow people to play their class. That's all you up with it. The rest of it was fixable, workable. People could have done it, but you just can't handle being wrong. That's what I have to say to the devs. Y'all just can't handle being wrong. The community gives you direct feedback. Universally, everyone says the same thing for hardcore servers. Everyone says that we want to be able to play our class on hardcore servers. You don't give a you throw it in the dumpster, you ignore us, you don't care. You do not care. Okay? Then Node Wars, we say we want 2-hour Node Wars back. Please give us 2-hour Node Wars back. You don't even mention it. You don't even bring it up. You don't even say why you don't want to do it. What the are we talking about? Alliances. We're like, hey, you need to back alliances down to 100-man alliances because there's just not enough PvPers in the game to warrant having 150 people in each effective guild. What the Stop crying, please. I'm not crying. I'm a little frustrated, but I'm not crying. What are you talking about? So again, there were positive aspects of the ball. There were pros, there were cons. This was a pro. This was a pro. This was a con. It could be a pro. This could be good. I'm very pessimistic about this. I'll be honest with you. I'm being a negative Nancy about this. As a sailor, I think that this is doomed for failure. But I'm going to try it. It could be really good. If they manage to fix all the bugs with sailing PvP, it could be really fun. Who knows? I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. Treasure hunting change. Didn't like this. Sovereign. Net neutral. We knew that was coming. Alkstone changes. Big W. Teasing tag characters. Why? Presets coming in August. Huge W. T11 horses. Huge W. Efficiency at monster zones. Overall W, but we discussed it. The only L there is not allowing people to grind above their gear grade. People should be able to grind above their gear grade if they're really good at their class. It's part of a sandbox MMO. But aside from that, this looked like an overall W, assuming they can get it right, right? PvP changes. All the PvP changes were a W, but again, they left out a lot. I'm not going to cover it again. They left out so much that, again, it left me really lacking overall. Capped weekly content for Edania. Probably the largest L at the entire ball. No one gave good feedback about the Dawn Blackstones for Dark Rifts on your Karazad being fun. No one likes weekly gated content in BDO. No one likes that shit. I don't know why you would make essential gear for everybody gated weekly content. That's insane. No one is going to give good feedback on that. That's stupid. Capped content for the top 0.1%. I love top-end content. I'm a top-end player. I love it, but here's the deal. I would rather if the content had been at least approachable for players, so that we can attract players to the content. Like, you know, make it like 330 AP starting, and then it scales into like 380 AP. You know what I mean? That way, more people can participate in it, at least a little bit more, can participate in it, and we can have some interaction with other players. But the fact that you made a bunch of 0.1% content and you made everything in the region instance content is insane to me. Like, dude, this is an MMO. They even said, they were like, yeah, we want it to really feel like an RPG. Guys, this is a MMO. Where's our dungeons? Where are our raids? Where's our group grind zones? Where the is there any group content at all? God damn it. Still no group grind zones. Edania Armor looked really cool. We knew that that was coming eventually. I cannot believe that they dropped it with this ball. It's actually crazy that they decided to drop it with this ball. People are already overwhelmed on how much gear they have to get. I'm just barely getting to where I'm supposed to be. I spent almost $6,000. It's $5,400 fucking dollars. In addition to all the grinding that I did to get to this point, I had to spend $5,400 on top of everything in order to get to a point where I can even touch this content. That's ridiculous. And like, people are overwhelmed with gear already. All you had to do was introduce the Sovereign Offhand at this ball. It would have been fine. We would have all gotten our Sovereign Offhands. It would have been okay. Edania Armor 2 is crazy. You spent 54, 5.4. 5.4, not 54. That's crazy. PvP and Edania, we talked. Okay. Edania Armor, we talked about. PvP and Edania, we talked about. Wukong again. Yeah, whatever. MasterCard class tournament. Yeah, it is what it is. Overall rating for the ball. And you'll notice the Calpheon ball, I think I rated it an IGN 7 out of 10. My rating for this ball. In the history of the game, I have never rated a ball this low. But I'm going to give it a 2. I'm straight up. I'm giving it a 2. As far as things, I know I'm the doomer. I know people are going to give me shit for it. I know the other streamers are talking up the game. They're really excited about it. This is my honest score. I think there were good things, there were bad things. The amount of things that weren't mentioned far outweighed the bad, the things that were. Like, straight up. I don't agree. A lot of this stuff is totally fine, but the shit that the community actually gave a shit about, group grind zones, dungeons, raids, PvP changes, node wars, AOS, anything, none of that. None of it was mentioned. None of it. Now, that being said, that female class that they mentioned for next time with the Greatsword, I've been maining that since 400 BC, so everybody else get in line. That class is going to be sick. That class looks sick. I love, like, the paladin thematic style class. It looks like a paladin kind of deal. Kind of like Valkyrie, you know? She looked like a baddie, yeah. She looked good. I'm more excited about that than I was for Wukong. Is BDO great again? You should just go back to bed. Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed. I am obviously going to keep playing. I love BDO. But it's going to be business as usual. You know what I was hoping to come out of this ball with, guys? I'll be honest. I had been talking to Note about it. I'd been talking to my mods and stuff about it. I wanted to start the PvP Academy. I wanted to basically reassembled, reconstructed would be renamed into the PvP Academy, and I was going to trade PvPers to play the game and then shuttle them off to other PvP guilds in the game. Basically train people out of PvP for 3 weeks in a boot camp. Open world PvP, large scale PvP, all that kind of shit. Reviewing VODs with people, battle arena with people, all that kind of fun stuff like that. I was really hoping that I could do that and like bring hundreds of people to play PvP for the game. Because again, I was going to be training all the Throne and Liberty people, all of the new players that are coming to the game, all of those people. I was going to train all of those people to do PvP and show them what proper PvP in an MMO looks like. I was really hoping that they, at least at a minimum, were going to give us 2-hour Node Wars back. That's all I really wanted. I really, really wanted like just 2-hour Node Wars back. That way we could have the same Node Wars that we had before. I didn't even get that. The bar was low. I'm disappointed. Yeah, back to RuneScape, back to TNL, back to Guild Wars 2, whatever. Back to business as usual. They f***ed this ball up, I'll be honest. This is a total dumb free ball. This was a clown fiesta. This is a total disaster. Like, look, there were some aspects of the ball that I like, and I know that everybody's going to be like, you're such a doomer. You're so bad for the game. Oh my God. I gave it a fair shake. I was honest. I said what I thought was positive and what I thought was negative, and I think the negatives far outweigh the positives in this ball. I want to be clear. I'm disappointed about the ball. Obviously, I'm going to keep playing. I love BDO. I love the game. The game is not dead. That was not a good ball, though. Just being honest. That was not a good ball. That was not solid. That's not what we were looking for. But some of that content's going to be pretty solid. Some of it's going to be solid. You know, it is what it is. I'm going to keep my head up on the whole thing. But I'm going to proceed with plan A. Well, plan B, I guess. Which was try... So we're going to keep playing BDO. We're going to keep up with our TNL content. And then we are going to play Guild Wars 2. Full playthrough of Guild Wars 2. Somewhere I can try raids and try large-scale PvP. Because I can't get that in BDO anymore. Gotta get it somewhere. Oh, I already did that one. So yeah, we're gonna keep playing BDO. Obviously, we're gonna be talking about the ball. We're gonna be talking about the stuff. I'm curious what the other creators have to say about it. I'm sure that they're all dick sucking probably, but I'm just being honest, guys. I don't mean to be kind of a downer or anything. It was a fun ball. I love that everybody came out here and watched it with me. I know it's super hype. Obviously, I love the game, but yeah, it was a little rough. A little bit of a rough ball. Where's all the stuff that I just ready? Oh, there we go. All right, guys, do you want me to enhance my shit? A 300 stack? They gave us a 300?